Yo, it's the Chrome and Wubs show. How y'all doing? Hope everything is good. Hello?
Yep, I'm here. I was just waiting for you to
What happened?
finish the amazing intro you were doing.
Oh, yeah, I thought we got like disconnected or some shit.
No, I was just trying to shut up, so you could introduce episode 3, right? Uh, Order
Episode
66,
three. This episode three, exactly.
right? This is where the Galactic
Yeah,
Empire takes
hard
over,
times.
right? We destroy the Republic.
Yeah, we sure did.
That's what I
Yeah,
remember.
we have nine topics that we have nine topics that we're going to talk about, which is juicy.
Juicy.
Uh, we're going to cover those juicy topics.
Are these juicy booty short
And
topics? Is that what they are? Like those tight shorts that say juicy on the butt?
oh, I love to watch. I love to look at those. I'm like, oh, can I get the? Can I put that juice in my hands? You know.
It melts in your mouth, not your hands.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's M&M's. That's right. Yeah. So, what's
Yeah,
the first
man.
topic? What's
So
the first
yeah.
topic?
Okay. The first topic is who says a woman has to be weak. This is a quote from Dynasty Warriors 6.
Hmm.
I was watching a recording of mine when I was playing it, and I even said it on the record. I was like, "Damn, how many times is she going to say this?" You know what I'm saying? I like, we get it. Not all women are fighters. Not all women are cooks either.
Right.
It's like it just got because every time you defeat like a captain, she says, "Who says woman has to be weak?" You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm thinking like nobody. I'm thinking like nobody is saying that to her. It's
Right.
like why? Why? It's like what is the point of that quote? Like what is that? It's like it's like what the fuck? You are a dynasty warrior. You are fighting for your family. They trust you to do so.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't view you as weak.
Yep.
Like who is saying that? Who's saying you're weak? You know what I mean?
I guess it's
That's why I think it's beautiful about.
yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's beautiful that not all men are fighters, not all women are fighters. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Sure.
why can't we just be like do all women have to be strong? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? That's what they
I,
pushing in media today. That every woman has to be like a man and shit. And it's like, come on.
is it Chrome? Is it wrong that I think that really just Gina Carano has to be strong? Like I don't really need any other woman to be strong. Like I just want Gina Carano, in my Disney products to be strong. I mean, that's what I actually want. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong, but that's what I want.
You can have it, but you won't.
Well, not
I
according to
said,
Disney.
I'm not attracted to muscle bound women. I mean, shit. I'm not attracted to muscle bound women at all. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every woman in Disney has to be strong. There's no such thing as a wife or a cook or a certain woman or a woman that wants to please a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Waiting on her man to return home.
Right.
That they view that as somehow a woman shouldn't be in that position, which is fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and then like, who says those women are weak? You know what I'm saying? Like those women are strong too in their own way.
Sure.
I
No,
mean, if you can maintain a house and deal with some badass kids, you got to be fucking strong for that.
right.
And keeping your temper in check for you don't kill them.
Yep.
You know, they nagging on you, getting on your nerves. That you got to be strong to deal with that shit.
Absolutely. I've never understood that whole narrative that being a housewife is somehow an easy job or something that is looked down on by feminists and
No.
society. And by the way, as far as I can tell, those are essentially the only people that look down on that in society are the actual feminists. They're the ones
They the only
that's
one.
yeah, like
Yep, they the only one.
there are no men that I know personally who look down on housewives as if they are disrespectful, as if oh they don't work hard or stuff like that. Like I've never seen that ever. Because we all look at that and we're like, wow, that looks really hard. I don't feel qualified to do that. So, the last thing I would do is say that somebody who is taking on that responsibility is not strong. I think all the people that do that, men and women, are very strong people.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, I mean,
yeah.
what a silly
That's
thing to be
definitely true,
in.
man.
It was a silly thing to be in Dynasty Warriors 6. Who says a woman has to be weak? No one, I think, is the answer. No one is saying that.
Right. That's the question. That's the
Yeah,
answer.
women can you can be. I don't even think that most women are weak at all, just by default. I think most women are very strong by default if they just existing in
Hmm.
our society, the things that they have to do and go through even if they don't work a conventional job, but they're housewives or mothers or whatever. Like I think in some ways they have the hardest jobs of all. So why would anyone think that they aren't strong? That's a lot of
Except that it's,
responsibility.
unless you're a feminist.
Yeah, if you're a feminist, right? That's it, I guess.
Unless you're a feminist.
And it
Unless you're a
doesn't
feminist.
it still
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense to me, right? Because it's like, wouldn't you think that if you cared about a certain group's rights, like feminists claim to do, they claim to care very much about women's rights, then why are they so
They do.
obsessed with
Yeah.
dictating everything that women do or don't do? That's what blows my mind about it. I feel like
I
the narrative is always like, oh, men are trying to control all the women, and it's like, not really. I don't actually care. Like, if you want to go to college and get a degree and become a doctor or a lawyer and do all this, fine, go for it. Who's stopping you? I'm not. You know, there's plenty of scholarships. There's all sorts of resources now. We have more women entering universities than we ever have. They outnumber men now, so it's kind of like, if that's what you want to do, great,
yeah.
go for it. No one's stopping you. But also, if you'd rather get married and have children and focus on raising a household, great, do that. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to say that you're weak or less than, but feminists definitely will. That's what I see. Like they definitely will judge you whatever you do.
Yeah. I always told my sister, as she grew up, as I partially raised her, I always says, the sky's the limit. You can be anything you want to be. You
Sure,
know what I'm saying? Just put your mind. You want to be that. Be that. You know.
absolutely.
There was nothing like, oh, you can't do this because you're a woman. You can't do that because you're a woman. You could do this. And
Hmm.
what is some of the feminists talking about, like gender roles? I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Oh, I said gender role for a woman to be in the kitchen. What? But check this out. When my mother was with her late husband, guess who did most of the cooking? He did.
Hmm. Yep. Some men.
Why? Because he was a chef.
There you go. Right. Some men are
He had a
chefs.
passion for cooking.
Yeah.
Right, right.
He was good
She,
at it.
but my mom barely cooked. She,
Yeah.
right. That's what he did most of the cooking and all that. So
Sure. And I'll bet she loved it. She probably. I'm assuming she
yeah,
liked his
I
food,
know I
right?
did.
She didn't have a problem with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I grew up in a house where uh, my mom did most of the cooking, but I
Hmm.
grew up watching my dad do the dishes, and help around the house and do the yard
Mhm.
work and stuff like that. It was never this thing of like, oh, the woman does all of the housework, or the guy does all of the yard work or something like that. They'd help each other. That's what I saw growing up. Like they just help out because they both
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah,
help. They both wanted to keep a nice clean home and a nice space, right? That was a goal for both of them, so they helped each other. You know, I don't see why that's gotten so that's like a lost art. It almost feels like in public spaces now. Everything is so divided by gender, somewhat arbitrarily, as far as I can tell.
yeah. I mean, women just prefer to do things in general that such as cooking, caring for the children. That's a woman thing.
Yeah,
That's biology, man.
yeah,
I mean, it makes sense they would be the nurturers because they carry the baby, they carry the children. You know what I'm saying, for 9 months.
sure. I
Women are they're inborn with that. It's something that they're born. It's innate in them.
right.
To 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 fall in love with their children because I don't know if you heard about this. When adoption process is happening, a woman gives birth to the child that they're gonna to give away for adoption. They make sure the woman does not look at the baby
Mm-hmm.
because she may change her mind
Sure.
and say, "Oh, I want to keep the child." Get it? They make sure that she does not look at the child because she would grow attached. So
Yep.
that just shows you right there.
Yeah. That's that's biology, right? There's a reason they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's gotten to the point. I mean, now it just feels ridiculous. It's like people are so judgmental about what men and women do or don't do, try to project all their own values on everybody else. And when I was a kid, I just didn't see it. It wasn't this big issue that it is turned into now, I guess, for a lot of people. And I think that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, feminism has definitely like this radical feminist man. They just ruined women, man, and men too. You got men talking. I mean, you had men talking about saying like they were saying like, "Oh, I'm ashamed. I'm sorry for being a man." I'll
Yeah.
be damned if I'm apologize for being a man.
No, I
You know
would.
what I'm saying?
No, I'd never
I'm
do that.
never gonna do that.
What I would say is, I'm sorry that you've met men that gave you such a poor opinion of men.
Yeah,
That's what I would say
yeah.
in that case. But no, I'm not going to apologize for my gender. That's ridiculous. No, no more would I ask a woman to
It
apologize
is.
for
You
being a
can
woman.
apologize
That's
for
a
that.
stupid thing to do.
Right.
You know, and
It is. It is.
how crazy would I have to be to, to expect that?
I remember when I heard that, I said, "Get the fuck out of here!" This motherfucker actually apologized for being a man. Get the fuck. I mean, you want pussy that bad? It's like you gotta say, "Oh, I'm sorry for being a man. Now can I have it?" Like what? What is the cat? Why are you really saying that? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Just to simp that hard that they just that's the issue.
And
Like
then
they'll say anything, right? At that level, they'll lie about anything. So
pimping,
you
yeah,
can't trust anything that a man like that says because he'll just say anything to get what he wants, even though it's completely counterproductive generally for that goal. That's a horrible way to try to get sex if that's what you want.
yeah, man. It's nuts, man. I'm telling you.
So this upset you then, or well, this was grinding your gears. This Dynasty Warriors 6 quote. When did the game come out?
Yeah, I just thought don't know. I don't. Yeah, that's a good question because I think it's before 2015.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm looking it up now. Dynasty Warriors 6. (2007). I mean,
Wow.
this was going on for. Yeah, we talked about this. This type of shit was going on in media for a while, way before it really blew up, you know. But it
Right.
was like I said before, it was less to the point where we would overlook it. You know what I'm saying? It
Sure.
wasn't like it wasn't a constant thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why we overlooked it back then. But if that shit came out today, Dynasty Warriors 6, and she was saying it, like, oh, like here we go.
Yep.
Look at this shit. Look at that. You know.
I I remember
Here we
just
go again with this shit. You know.
right, just another thing, another feminist thing entering into media.
And the character herself, I like her
Hmm.
because I like the fact that she didn't have to fight; she chose. That's the character she was, and I like that for that alone.
Sure.
And her saying that quote was like counterproductive of who she is as a character. It's
Hmm.
like that quote was fucking dumb as hell.
Yeah, because no one said she had to be, right? You're saying she chose to fight. So no one stopped her from fighting.
Yeah, she chose to fight. Right.
Yeah.
Nobody. I mean, as far as the narrative was concerned, nobody did. I didn't see it. I mean, she has a brother that's in the war too, and he's respects her.
See, I could see it if
You
there were
know.
men like trying to stop her or women, like really if anyone had been like,
Yeah.
"Oh no, you can't do this cuz you're a woman, you're weak" or something like if that had been like the narrative earlier in the game, the quote would make perfect
Yeah. Like.
sense. But if not, then yeah, it's kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you ready to go? Ready to tag the next one?
Yeah, let's hit number 2. I think that was pretty good on number 1.
Yeah. So number two. Now this is I don't know your preference on this, but I'm interested in to know
Sure.
because a lot of people prefer 60 frames per second over 30. You
Right.
know, but I remember when I was in a stream one time and I said it in the chat, and he was shocked that I prefer 30 over 60. And it was like, oh, you say you got to tell me, man. He said, he said you got to tell me why do you prefer 30 frames per second over 60?
Hmm.
I explained it. I said, okay, it's like when I said 60 frames per second FPS game, it's like it's trying to speed up, but it fails every time. It's like
Hmm.
it's good, like it's speeded. That's how I could describe it, but because the 60 frames is like perfect. It's like that perfect cinematic movement,
Sure.
you know. So, cause I remember we talked about it again in the stream recently. He came to my show. I was doing the game stream. In fact, that was the request stream I was doing for him,
Oh, okay.
and it came the topic came up again, and I was further explaining because he did admit he said 60 frames per second in movies is bad. You know,
Hmm.
because I said I went to my dad's house one time, was chilling out, and we was watching an old movie, Pet Cemetery, the first Pet Cemetery movie, and it was at 60 frames, and it
Hmm.
didn't look good, look like a soap opera.
Sure.
And I was like, man, there's a way you could put it back to 25 frames, but whatever the normal frame rate for movies is, and there
Hmm.
was no way he could do it. So I just had to suck it up and watch it like that, you know.
Hmm.
And he did say that he agrees with me on that one that it doesn't look good in movies, but it looks better in video games. And I had to agree with him too. I said, yeah, you're right, it does look better in video games
Right.
because for one, if I'm playing the game at 60 FPS, it's not gonna bother me. It's not gonna be like, oh shit, I don't want to play it because there's 60 frames. Because I got a PS4 Pro, and
Hmm.
the there are games that I'm playing on that system that's locked at 60 frames. There's no way I can go back to 30 frames
Right.
on certain games that I enjoyed on my on the regular PS4. So I have to suck it up and just deal with it, you know. Unfortunately, but I can deal. I can tolerate it. I just prefer 60 frames over. I mean 30 frames over 60.
That's interesting.
You know.
Even you're saying even if the game is optimized and locked at 60, you'd rather play it at 30?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's just because
Yeah,
of
a steady 30 frames. Yeah.
do you think that's just because of like motion blurring or something like that? Because I know some
Yeah, the
people,
motion.
yeah, if you're playing at higher
Yeah,
frame rates, it can
it's
kind
the
of mess
motion.
with
The
your
motion thing.
it can mess with your it can just make you kind of nauseous. I've heard about for some people, higher frame rates.
Not just. Oh no, it doesn't do all that. It doesn't do anything like that to me. I just prefer 60. I mean 30
Okay,
over 60.
no, that's interesting
It's just a
because
preference of mine. It's like it just me. It just
yeah. Is it? Do you
it's
feel
just to me. It just
nostalgia
looks
for
better
it?
to
Because
me. I
back in
mean,
the day,
you know,
everything was lower frame rates, right?
I
Just
guess.
because that's what I've thought for a while. Like
I mean, I
maybe,
guess it's a nostalgia part. Cause I
hmm
grew up playing. I grew up playing a lot of PS. All them games like 30 frames and all that.
right?
I
30
mean, don't
frames
get me
used to
wrong.
be a
60
lot.
frames does look cool. I get it. Why people like it.
30 frames used to be a lot.
Yeah.
So for games that we grew up with, it would have been a whole lot for sure. Like GoldenEye 64,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it ran it. I mean, it'd be at like 12 frames. It was it was not super fast at all. Um, so because it was already kind of challenging for the Nintendo 64, I think, to run it.
Yeah. I just thought I make this a topic because he was so surprised that I prefer 30 over 60. And I was like, okay. I didn't even think he was gonna be surprised. I know I'm not the only one, man, that prefers
No,
30 over 60. I know I'm not.
you're not the only one. That's why
Met a lot of people that prefer 60.
I'm not really surprised because of that, right? I think that a lot of gamers they just like what they like. A lot it depends on the kind of games you're playing too. That could affect it somewhat. But I will say that I'm different. I would prefer a higher frame rate, assuming the graphics are the same quality and it's not dipping like you said, right? It's like for me, it's the lows that get
No, I'm
annoying.
different.
Like if it's constantly dipping, nah, I'd much rather have like a locked
Yeah, it's
30.
bad when it's different.
Yeah, like give me something consistent.
Yeah,
That's really what I want.
right.
And I don't
Yeah, because the
care
vast majority of the
if we
PS4
have to
games,
take a hit on the FPS if to make it consistent. Like I'd much rather play at 45 locked and it looks good and
yeah,
consistent than at
yeah.
60 where it's just constantly dipping to like 30s or 40s and it just doesn't look very good.
But never look, doesn't never look good when it's dips. It's like, but it's I like that. That's what I liked about the when I started playing on the PS4 over the PS3 is that the games that I would pop in, they would stay steady. They would never dip, and that
Hmm.
always amazed me. Even the games that converted to the PS4 from the PS3, on the PS4 version, those games it stayed steady at 30 frames, and
Sure.
I was pleased about that. You know,
Yeah,
over the PS3.
which is great, right? It's
Yeah,
pretty awesome. I felt the same thing when I got my PS4. I was very happy with that. I mean, I think that's really the best part of modern hardware to a large extent is how they've stabilized the frame rates for a lot of things.
yeah.
That's
But
one of the better
unfortunately, I
parts.
can't say that. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't say that about all games on the PS4. Some of them fucking dip like a motherfucker.
That is true.
I mean, particularly indie games, you know. But like I said, the other indie games that play that they stay at a steady frame, you know.
Sure. It just depends on the game.
So it depends on the game. It's like, oh, I
Yeah,
can stand it if I can stand it if it dips like a few times, maybe instead of like constant.
right.
That's when it'll start to piss me off because I
Well,
can tolerate if it dips like sometimes.
the other thing for me is I don't mind playing something like a JRPG at 30. That's fine. Or any
Hmm.
turn-based role-playing game, that sort of thing. That's fine at 30. I don't really
Hmm.
care. But if I'm playing competitive online stuff like Dead by Daylight, I definitely prefer a higher frame
Uh-huh.
rate because it
Okay.
definitely gives you an edge, I feel, in gameplay, competitive gameplay. For sure. Not that it matters for me. My internet's so bad anyway. I can't really compete much, but it just looks better on my end.
Oh, okay.
But if you're not playing games like that, right? If you're just playing mostly older games and role-playing games and things like that, you really don't need high frame. High frame rates are really more for competitive online multiplayer games and shooters. That's where you really see the benefit of it more so.
Yeah, but this particular guy I'm talking about that was shocked. He doesn't play multiplayer. He doesn't play games like he plays like single player games, like for
Hmm.
example, Spiral the Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
For like single player games like that.
Sure.
And he'll prefer Spiral the Dragon to be at 60 frames, of course, over 30.
Hmm.
And
Well,
I'm
I
like,
know
oh,
people
you know,
recently, right? They were talking about the re-release of Super Mario, the Thousand Year Door, or Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door on
yeah.
Switch, and a lot of people were really upset because it's only 30 FPS, and I believe the
Mm,
GameCube version was 60. So a lot of people were really angry about that, and
wow.
I thought that was kind of interesting. Obviously, they made the graphics look a lot better, but it just runs at a lower frame rate. But I'm over here kind of like it's a Mario game that's a role playing game. There's nothing wrong with that being 30 FPS. Like, that's not going to stop me from playing that game. I just don't care that much for something. Like, it's just not going to affect it that much.
Yeah, man. I hear you, man. That's say like this is what I don't like. I don't like the fact that there's no option to switch between the two in most of these games, man. I'm like, why
Yeah,
not give us like one game I'm thinking of now that you could switch between the two is Infamous Second Son.
sure. But
And I
well,
appreciate the fuck out of that because you could do that.
and you can do that too with certain games on modern hardware. I did it. There's a performance mode for the Xbox games. Like I played Guardians of the Galaxy
Hmm.
on Series S, and there was a
Hmm.
performance mode that upped the FPS. And then there was, graphics mode that made the graphics sharper, but the FPS dropped. I
Yeah,
played that
some
thing.
games
I
like
was on
that.
both. I
Yeah.
played it on both of them. They were both fun, but I ended up going with
Mm.
performance mode just because there is so much fast action in that game. It's a third person shooter. It's very fast. And it just looks so
Hmm.
good with that higher FPS. So I was like, yeah, I'll just play it in performance mode. But I really liked having the option. Like you said, it's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, cause it's funny. 'Cause I'm gonna tell you an experience about the 60 frames. Now, when I popped in Peach Beach Splash, the Senior Cogger Peach Beach Splash is a game where, in case you don't know who's listening, Peach Beach Splash is basically a eye candy, eye popping, big tits, nice ass, uh, a water gun tournament game. Basically,
It's very cultural and artistic.
Yes. So I haven't played that since I had my old PS4. So I popped it in. I got the Pro now. I popped it in,
Ooh.
and I was like, "Wait a minute, so, something. Don't tell me this is 60 frames." So I'm keep playing. I say, "Wait a minute, it is 60 frames for a second."
Nice.
Yeah, nice, but I have no option to turn it back to 30.
Ah,
There's
okay.
an option.
Yeah,
It's locked on that because I'm playing off the Pro.
right.
Again, I don't mind 60, but I wish I had the option to switch back and forth.
Right.
It's like that's what I was saying earlier. You got no option. You got the PS4 Pro on
Yep.
some of these games.
Well, and for a game like that, that is where the higher frame rate is nice if it can be consistent because there's so much action
Yeah, it is
going on.
consistent. It is consistent. It
Yeah.
is. It's no jokes.
Yeah, that's that's the big thing with PC, right? Like that's the big divider between console gamers
Mhm.
and PC gamers. Like if you want those higher frame rates, you really got to go PC. Like if you want to get beyond 60 even and even at 60 locked
Yeah,
for a lot of stuff,
well,
particularly the
never
old
playing beyond
games, you got
60.
to go PC because that's the
Oh.
only way you're going to get it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but it's typically a lot more expensive, so that's the issue.
If you want them high frame rates, man, there you go.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
want that performance? Get a PC.
Yep, you're gonna pay for it,
Well, I
but
tell people.
yeah. I just think it's so cool that we get the PS4 Pro, like you said, and you get those 60 FPS patches. A lot of games are a lot faster, or
Yeah.
45. I know some of mine are like 45. I was playing Final Fantasy VII Remake on the
Mhm.
PS4 Pro, and I'm pretty sure it was running around 40, 45 FPS. It looked
Oh,
good.
okay.
It looked really good. But then when I put it on my
Hmm.
PS5 and got the PS5 upgrade for it, it's definitely locked at 60. Like I could tell a difference. It's significantly
Yeah, you can see
faster.
it. You can
Yeah.
see it.
And that's a
Yeah.
fast game too. It's a real-time well, it's an action RPG. So all the action is real time and it's very quick. So it's nice
Yeah.
for that. But no, I get what I mean. Everybody's got their preferences. Chrome, like I don't think it's a big deal. I'm not really that surprised. I know some guys like all they play is old games. They don't even play anything from this century.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when I had the regular PS4, um, I I bought the Borderlands collection,
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good set.
and yeah, and I was playing Borderlands 1, and that game is locked at 60 frames.
Really, on the PlayStation.
Yeah, right. Even without the PS4 Pro, it's locked at 60 frames. You can,
Wow.
like I said, you can tell the difference. Because at first I was thinking like there's only a slight difference, but no, it's not. You could tell. Your eyes were going to tell you
Oh yeah.
this is 60 frames. You could see it. So I was like, wait a minute, game is at 60 frames,
I want 30.
and I haven't had a pro yet. I ain't had the pro. So yeah,
Oh yeah,
some
yeah.
games, you can play it at 60 frames without the pro. So I'm just letting people know that may not
Right.
know that's listening.
Well, and that's the
You know.
big benefit to kind of staying behind or having a backlog from previous gens. Because if you get
Yeah.
even, I mean, now even a base PS4, you can get a base PS4 for like $50 if you wait for it, on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Hell, you can probably get that on eBay. But uh,
I've seen a PS5 for under 500.
oh yeah, yeah, the PS5.
Today I've seen it under $500. I said, wow. So they definitely lower the price of the PS5.
Sometimes I see PS5s around three, like on Facebook
Really?
Marketplace.
Where?
Yeah. It-
Where? I think you can find one for 300.
yeah, well, they're on Facebook Marketplace sometimes. I never know if those are legit or scams, right? But you never
Oh, I be
know.
worried about that PS5 is that old. It's like,
Yeah. So I'm not sure, but anyway, all I'm saying is if you play older games like that, sometimes you get re-releases. Borderlands was absolutely not at 60 FPS on the Xbox 360 and PS3. It definitely
no, it
was
wasn't.
not.
It wasn't.
So
No.
it's kind of cool that you can even play it on at 60 FPS on the PS4 in that package collection. Was 2 the same
Yeah,
way?
it's
Was
funny
Borderlands
because
2 also at 60 FPS?
yeah, yeah, I was just gonna get to that.
Yeah.
It's funny. I don't remember.
Okay.
I honestly don't remember because part two is my favorite out of the three.
Oh yeah, me too.
Out of the four Borderlands games, four. So uh, I don't remember, man. If it is, it's possibly it was, but since I have the pro, I'm thinking it's definitely be at 60 frames now.
Right.
If I pop it in again and play it, because I ain't played this since I got the pro. So I'm
Man,
definitely because if I pop it in now and started playing it, I'm definitely gonna be able to tell the difference.
I'll bet it looks
Definitely gonna
really
know.
good. I bet it looks really good on the Pro if they got patches for it, to run at
Yeah, I
60
love Borderlands,
FPS.
man. Yeah, I fucking love Borderlands. What sign is not running at 60 frames? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. It's
I don't think
probably
it
it's probably at 40 or
is.
45 at the most on the
Yeah, I
Pro.
don't think it's 60. I don't think so.
Yeah,
Even with the Pro, I don't think it's 60. And that's fine with me though.
right.
But I'm just saying, and I just started thinking about Wolfenstein. I was like, nah, it'd be cool if it was an optional, like you put it at 60 or not. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I played
A lot of these games,
Wolfenstein. I played Youngblood on a base Xbox One. Well, it was an Xbox
okay.
One S, So it was, it wasn't like a Pro or anything, or it wasn't the X,
Okay.
but it was the S, and it was. I'm pretty sure it was around 30 FPS playing Youngblood
Oh, okay.
on that, and it was fine. Like it was still fun. I beat the game playing it like that. I would have liked to have had it at a higher frame rate, but it was
Yeah,
still totally
yeah,
playable at 30 FPS.
yeah.
So
Well, have you played that? Kind of getting off topic. I'm just wondering because I don't want to forget to ask you. Have
sure,
you played the what's the name of the game? Wonderlands.
Wonderlands. I don't think so.
Yeah, it's with Tiny Tina from Borderlands in it. What's it called? Wonderland.
Yeah. No, I got that for Xbox One, but I never got a chance to play it before I traded in my Xbox. So I have
Oh,
it,
I haven't,
but
I
I
haven't
haven't
gotten
played
around to
it yet.
buying it. Oh, I haven't gotten around to buying it yet.
Yeah, you can
I,
get
I
that for like 5, $10 now at times. Like I've seen it for
oh
10. I got my copy for 10 like a year ago.
oh okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. That's what it's called.
Mhm.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I like Tiny Tina, man. She fucking cracks me up.
Oh, I love Tiny
Holy
Tina,
shit.
and Borderlands 2. She's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I was like,
Yeah.
I like this girl.
Right. Well, I mean, I think it's really cool they decided to do a whole game based around her D&D campaigns, right? Because that was the DLC for Borderlands 2 was her running the Dungeons and Dragons game, and you were playing in her Dungeons and Dragons game. Did you play that
You talking about the
DLC?
one that was the DLC? Yeah, the stand. I bought the standalone one for the
Mm-hmm.
PS4.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
game is fun as fuck.
Right.
That's fun as fuck, man.
Yeah. That's what Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is about, right? It's like a bigger
Yeah, it's like
version of
that.
that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, those games are rated M. So I'm thinking like, why is Tiny Tina's rated T though? Come on, man.
Oh,
What,
really? I didn't
what did
realize
it?
they did that.
Yeah, my thing is like, what did they water down? You know what I'm saying? That kind of like
Oh,
drained me from wanting to buy it. You know what I mean?
that's
When I
too
saw that
bad.
Chief of Kings, shit, I was like, damn. I'm not saying it's gonna be bad because it's teen. I'm just saying I gotta admit they kind of drained me from wanting to buy it.
Yeah, man, I didn't even notice that. But you're right. I got the disc right here. It's a teen game.
Yeah, I still recommend you play it if you
Oh, I'm
like it.
definitely gonna
If you love
play it.
it.
I have to play it. It's Tiny Tina. She's awesome.
Yeah, it's Tiny Tina.
uh, and I love that she got a bigger game for that Dungeons and Dragons thing. I thought that's one of the coolest DLCs I've ever played. So,
Yeah, a lot of people saying that's their favorite one, man. Like it's funny because I had Borderlands 2 for years,
mm,
and I never got around to playing the DLC because I was trying to build my characters up.
right.
Because some DLCs actually went too early. I bought for the Xbox. I bought the Game of the Year edition, everything included, and some of the shit I went too early got my ass fucked up.
Mm, mm-hmm.
I'm like level fucking 8, and these monsters are like level 60 and shit. I'm like, what? And I was like, I gotta go back in this portal. I can't survive this shit.
That's a hard grind. Level 8 going against a bunch of
Yeah,
60s. You're going to feel that in the morning.
yeah. Oh man.
So
Ready for the next one?
yeah, let's go on. What's part 3?
Number 3. Oh, being fat. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Pretty much a fat acceptance shit again. It's like
mm-hmm.
the being fat experience.
Okay.
It's like they try. You know how they like to fucking chalk it up like it's nothing wrong with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's okay to be heavy. You got nothing to be ashamed of, and all that
You're not
bullshit.
fat, you're just big boned. Like
Yeah,
Cartman.
you just a big bone. BBW,
Right?
BBW, and all that shit.
You got your own BBL,
And
girl. You don't have to get the surgery.
but exactly. My thing is this: how in the fuck is it a benefit for me being fat when it's hard to wipe my own ass?
I,
How's that a benefit? How's that a fucking win? It's
I,
like, come on, man.
I couldn't tell
That's
you.
that's a law. It's like it's a hypothetical question. It's like, how's that a fucking win? It's like anybody, you gotta be fat to know that's not a fucking win.
Yeah, it's just the logistical issues of that, right? And if it's hard for you to wipe your own ass, imagine having to go into like a public stall in a
Yeah,
bathroom and try to wipe your own ass in a like really tiny ass stall that you can barely fit. I can barely fit into some like public stalls, and I'm not overweight. So I can't even imagine. Like some
yeah.
bathrooms are just off limits. If you're really fat, you're just not gonna make it in there. You'll be crapping.
I'll
You'll
tell
be
you,
crapping in the
yeah,
urinal because you won't be able to get into the through the doorway.
right, exactly.
Maybe that's how they wipe their
That's
ass.
why I try to
They just
avoid.
flush the urinal.
Yeah, but the shit gonna itch like a motherfucker if you don't wipe it.
No kidding.
Shit,
It's
you
gonna
gonna
itch
fucking
anyway
pay
if you're
for it.
crapping in a public urinal.
And I'm telling you, this shit can like if I like if I was like really self conscious about my weight, I'd be depressed as fuck.
Mm. Hmm.
Real talk, man.
But
Like
you're
if I allow
funny.
it, I can let you.
You're funny, so you don't have
You
to be
know,
self-conscious. Isn't that great how that works?
right, I make fun of myself. I always call myself a fat ass. It's like sometimes when I'm streaming, I say, "Oh, I gotta stretch. I gotta take a piss."
Mm.
So I get up, I go, "Oh, let me get my fat ass up." Oh, then I take my piss and shit.
Every time you
So,
say that I hear it, by the way, just so you know, I'm picturing Eddie
uh,
Murphy as the Nutty Professor saying it, right? So
what?
that's what I'm picturing in my head.
I mean, if I'm gonna make fun of myself, it's gonna it's gonna go south. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta make fun of myself. You know, I got
Sure,
to. I just got to, man. It's like,
right? I have
like,
to
like I'm
too.
just
I
as mean.
I make fun of myself all the time, and for the same reason, because life would be way too depressing if I took it too seriously.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, goddamn it, yesterday, right? It was bad enough getting the belt on, the belt, the fucking buckle. You know what I'm saying? So I only got like one buckle in that motherfucker, and so I was like, okay, well, I said, well, at least it's gonna stay faster, right? I come back home, I could not get that belt off my ass, man.
Oh.
Like, this a bitch. Fuck you, fat acceptance bitches, man. Fuck y'all.
You were
This is not a
wrong.
fucking win.
You lied to
Yeah,
me.
you lied to me. You said I was beautiful as a fat fuck. You said I was beautiful.
Well, I
So
mean, you are beautiful, Chrome. Your belt loves you. It didn't want to get off of you. Like,
exactly. So I guess they were right all along. I was like, I kept saying, I don't want to cut this motherfucker off me. I don't want to cut it off me.
mm.
But I had to cave in and get them fucking kitchen shears
Oh,
off me. I was like, damn.
jeez. Yeah, next time you need to blow another hole in there, like get like an ice pick or something and put one more hole in the belt. Don't try to go for that super tight last hole. Just make a new hole.
That's just it. That was the new hole.
Oh.
That's the punchline, ladies and gentlemen. That was the new
Oh.
hole. Holy shit. No pun intended. Holy shit.
Wow. Well, hey, at least you didn't have to take crap while you were out, because that would have been inconvenient, probably.
Oh my god. I don't even want to think about that, man. I don't even want to think about that shit. All that I'll be in fucking hell. Yeah, I gotta
uh,
take a shit. Oh, wait a minute, I can get this bell off. Oh shit.
just remember to keep your kitchen shears with you in case you got to cut the belt off.
Yeah, so being fat is not good. It fucking sucks ass.
Mm-hmm.
It fucking sucks.
Yeah. I agree. I don't think that it's good. I think it's generally accepted scientifically as pretty unhealthy, and uh,
It is.
yeah, I think the whole fat acceptance thing is just a horrible cope, and just
It is a
something.
coat. It's a big coat.
I think it's just something people that sell stuff have come up with to try to sell things to fat people. I think that's all it is at its core. Just a way to make money. Another horrible way to make money.
Because you know, when you go to the restaurant, you get more, you're gonna spend more money. Shit is high
Yep.
as it is
Yep.
already. It's
Absolutely.
like, holy shit, you can spend more money if you're fat because you got to eat more. Eat more, you got to spend more. And
Right?
it's nuts, man. Fucking nuts.
I can't. I couldn't imagine trying to. Everything's so unhealthy in restaurants anyway. But if you got to eat
Yeah,
two or three portions, you're gonna spend. I mean, you're gonna spend fifty
yeah,
dollars probably basically anywhere you go if that's what you're doing.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
minimum $50 now. That's insane. Just the amount of money it costs to
It-
do that.
just to maintain all that fucking that appetite of yours.
You could just skip that meal and literally buy a new video game, and you would have so much more joy.
I mean, it's fucking mind boggling how much these motherfuckers consume at one helping before they say I'm satisfied. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Fucking amazing. And these enablers, man, what the fuck is wrong with them?
I think
Especially if
it's the guilt, right? Like it's social pressure and guilt. We used to shame fat people when we were kids. Remember, like the fat kids always got made
yeah.
fun of in school, right? Like
Oh hell yeah.
I, oh,
Fun of shit.
like mercilessly. Other fat kids would make fun of fat kids. I remember that.
Yeah.
That
I
used to
did
be a
too.
thing.
Look at that fat fuck. Look at him, man.
Right?
I mean, look at that land where walking down that street. What the fuck? Uh-oh. Grab something. Here comes an earthquake.
Right.
You know?
That's actually, now that we're talking about it, that's the way that it was. Like, it was always some fat kid making fun of a fatter kid, or even a kid that wasn't even as fat as they were, because the fat kids were always the funniest kids. Like they all, I don't know why. That's just the thing. It seemed like in school the fat kids were always fun. I don't know. Maybe you all needed a good sense of humor to deal with it or whatever. More so, I don't know. But it was always it was like
Yeah.
never a thin guy making fun of fat people. I never saw that. It was always a fat kid roasting other fat kids. And I
Facts,
missed that.
baby.
I missed
Those are the
that.
facts.
That was a good time. I
That's
enjoyed
what
being friends with fat kids that made fun of other fat kids. They were hilarious.
we insecure. We gonna make your ass feel worse. You
Yeah,
fat fuck.
I guess you were. It was basically like you were like the fat bullies or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I feel like shit when I wake up in the morning. I'm gonna make your ass feel like shit along with me.
You're even fatter than
I'm
me,
miserable like a
so
motherfucker.
I'm gonna take out all of
Yeah,
my insecurities on you
yeah, that's what it
because you
was, man.
deserve this. You deserve this even more than I do.
Yeah, you bigger than me, motherfucker.
Wow. That's
And
wild.
I be see when
I hadn't thought of that
when
in
I see people
forever,
like
man. Why
really
did we
big
get
on
rid of fat shaming? It was so fun and
I don't know.
hilarious.
It was funny as fuck.
Patrice O'Neill used to make fun of his weight when he'd do stand up. He was
Yeah, and it's diabetes.
constantly. Yeah, and his diabetes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
hell yeah, you got to, man. I know why he did it.
Yeah.
I mean, I fucking do it in front of myself.
See, to me,
I said,
that's.
I said, you don't want to see what I look like because I'm a fat, ugly ass troll.
Mm.
If you look at me, your eyes are gonna fucking explode in your head.
I
Like the
don't
moment you
know.
see my face, you're like, what is that?
I don't know, Chrome. Your name's not Whoopi Goldberg. I don't think it's that bad.
I think Whoopi Goldberg got me beat for sure. Holy shit. She's always fucking ugly, man.
Oh.
She looked at halfway decent in Ghost though. If
Oh
you see her
yeah,
in that movie.
back in the day, of Sister Act, she was not bad looking,
Yeah,
but
yeah, she was not that bad.
she's that these days though. It's not so much how she looks either.
Oh my.
It's stuff she says is just so unattractive.
What's in her heart is what makes her ugly anyway? Because that bitch that stars in that goddamn Star Wars acolyte. What's her fucking name? What that
Oh,
bitch's name?
I've
The
blocked her out of my
non-binary
head.
dude.
I've literally blocked her name out because I just don't ever want to see her again.
Yeah, my brain refuses to fucking remember. I don't blame it. But
Yeah,
anyways, the bitch that's the star of Star Wars acolyte. She's good looking,
yeah.
but the soul makes her ugly as fuck.
I
You
mean,
know,
she alright.
professional victim.
She alright.
She she
She's not.
she loves to play the fucking victim.
As far as like a Hollywood actress goes, though, I feel like she alright. She's not. She's not special. You know.
I mean, she's not ugly to me. I can't say
No,
she's ugly.
no, she's not
As far
ugly.
as the
She's
pink
decent
stuff.
looking. I'm just saying she's not like gorgeous or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, but she's ugly as shit to me now because of mindset.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You
and
know,
I think that's something that I don't know. Maybe
you
it's
know that's just
a getting older thing, but it was always that way for me though. Even when I was younger, if a woman just was a horrible
period.
person, it didn't matter how hot she was. I would just
It
immediately
didn't.
lose attraction to her, like
Yeah,
basically right away.
yeah. Yeah, I don't find her attractive. Yeah, that's what I said. I don't find her. I mean, she's pretty, but I don't find her attractive because of her attitude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm like,
Gotta.
oh,
I
I
wouldn't
want to
even
make
want
the
to
white
talk to
man
her. I
cry.
wouldn't even want to be in the same room
No,
with her. The stuff I've heard her say.
I mean,
Well,
she can't sing, she can't act. I
I'd
mean,
be in the
she's
same room with
non.
her. I'd be in the same room with her if I could roast her. Like a celebrity roast. I would do that.
Oh,
But
I would love the roast things.
yeah, but that's the only reason I would want to be in a room with her.
Like you deserve this fucking roast, bitch. Shut up.
Right?
Take it. Take it. God damn it.
I'm taking one for the team to be here because this is how much you deserve this. I don't want to fucking be in the same room with you, but this is how much you deserve this.
And I was kind of amazed when they said that she identifies as non-binary. I was like, what?
Yeah, right. See,
Like, get the
that's
fuck
just a
out of
buzz
here.
thing now. That's just a thing to get. Oh yeah.
No,
Oh
but
wow. Non-binary. Look how woke she is. Let's give her clicks. People will click on it
yeah,
just because it says non-binary. Oh, maybe they'll watch the show. Like it's like
right.
yes, yes. A quarter, like a fraction of a percent of the population might be more likely to click your link because she's non-binary. You stupid marketing morons. It's just hilarious to
And
me.
this bitch said, she said, she said the role for her character when they was before they even called her for the job. Before they told her about the role, they had her in mind when they was making the character. I said, damn,
Oh wow. Why?
Disney knew Disney know before they even called her for it. I'm like, damn.
Wow.
Talk about check boxes. What the fuck?
Right.
So we got to get this bitch here. She been a victim for a long time. We got this. What we need. She got to be the lead role. This we got to get her.
Well, define a long time. Isn't she like 20? I mean, how old is she? She hasn't been around that long.
They got to snatch her. And plus, that's made them really want to do. She's young. She's black. You
Mm-hmm.
know her father. You know her father's white.
Oh, I
She's
didn't know
young
that.
and black. She plays a victim. Yeah, she plays a victim.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, fuck the fact that she didn't grow up poor. Fuck that shit.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a poor mentality, so that's good enough. We gotta hire this bitch
Yep.
for this role.
She can represent, or that's the issue, right? The racial thing. People will identify with her even though she has nothing to do with their life experience. She couldn't relate to anyone from a normal economic background at all. So yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, she's similar to Colin Kaepernick's stupid ass.
Yeah, that same kind of thing.
He was raised by two white parents.
Hmm.
Two. They were adoptive. But I'm just saying those were parents because his real father was like out the fucking picture.
Right.
And his mother don't know what the fuck her deal was. She wasn't well enough to raise him, so he was
Mhm.
adopted by two white people,
Mhm.
raised from a child up.
Well, you know what that means in practicality, Chrome? What that means is Colin Kaepernick is way whiter than me.
Exactly, he is. He make you look black.
Right? Which, I
You
mean,
black compared to him.
fair
You
enough.
know.
I mean, I won't deny I certainly feel black more often than not, but uh, it is what it is. But
Oh
I,
shit.
with stuff like that, I just think it's so funny because the black community so often identifies so strongly with black athletes and stuff like that. And then you have people like that, people like Tiger Woods, and it's like these guys could not be more white if they were, I mean, if they were made of fucking milk. Like they're like the
Tiger
whitest
Woods
people ever.
identify as black.
You know, they just, yeah, that's it.
He don't want to identify as black Tiger Woods. So
Exactly. Of course not. Why would he? Because he's so
he
white.
don't black guy man like they got mad at him. What you mean you are black, motherfucker?
Right?
You know?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
But
I'm Tiger Woods.
as far as his upbringing though and everything else, right? He's whiter than most white people. Like,
Exactly.
so yeah, of
I mean,
course.
that was a chick that my family knew. We knew her family,
Hmm.
and her and my grandmother kept in touch. I remember she called one day, and I asked her the phone. She goes, "Hi, is your grandmother there?" I mean, she black as night, okay, but
Hmm.
talk white, act white,
Hmm.
all that shit. I was like,
Mm.
damn, you think you on the line? That's some valley white girl.
That's hilarious.
Hi, tell her Alethea called, okay? Like, all right. I'm like, damn, she really black. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck?
Right? Who is this bitch? Wow. Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about? How did we get on that?
Yeah, that's how it goes with the show. We bound to bounce everywhere. We talking about
Oh,
the fat parents. That's
fat
what we're talking about first.
acceptance. Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
Number four is it pisses me off. Number four pisses me off.
It probably will
Um,
piss me off too. What is it?
um, I hope this is not a thing, but with YouTube's ass, I can't put them past them.
Right?
Now, this is what it's called. Number four is ads during live streaming.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
Because you know that fucking what's it? Twitch is fucking doing it. And not only that, not only is Twitch doing it, if you go to somebody live stream, you will see up to at least 3 ads in a row.
Oh
In
my
order for that
god.
shit to in order for that shit to stop, you're gonna have to pay a monthly fee of $10 fucking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So you
they're.
won't see no so and so stream. You gotta pay $10 a month. I say suck my big, small, fat black dick if YouTube is gonna do that shit, man. I'm like, no, man.
Right?
It's like cause I was in somebody's stream was talking about that. That was like this person claimed that there are some YouTubers that streamers they have ads
Right.
on the stream. I'm like, I know I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, well, there's some smaller channels that do. I said, well, I must be tiny as fuck then, because I
Mm.
still don't got ads on my stream.
Right.
And
Damn.
I wanted to grow for a long. I don't want to grow now
Right.
because he's gonna stop putting ads on my shit. Now I don't want to, because I was like, I want to be a famous YouTuber. I want to grow. I want to be known like PewDiePie and shit and Doctor Disrespect and all the motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I want people to fucking make hate videos. But I'm gonna say, yeah, keep hating, motherfucker. Keep hating me, bitch.
Oh
It just
yeah, I'm gonna rub my nipples, rip the nipple covers off the shirt like in South Park, and start rubbing the nipples like to the hate videos, right? Yeah. Oh yes, hate me
yeah,
harder.
like, he's a motherfucker, you know.
I'm living in all your bitches' heads for free.
Yeah, like, I want to live. Yeah, I want to live in some motherfuckers' heads for free. Goddamn it, you know what I'm saying? I want that shit. 'Cause I was in the chat one time some years ago, and this person was like, "Somebody made I'm depressed because somebody made a video response about me. I feel bad." I said, "Why? I be feeling happy than motherfucker. What the fuck you
Right?
talking about?
Like, oh my
They
god.
give me
They put the
publicity.
effort in to make a hate video about me? They must, like, really care. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
they didn't give me no fucking DM or shit on social media. They made a fucking video. Hello."
Right? This was not just a Twitter post. They actually made a video about it. That's how much they care.
How much they give a fuck? Holy shit, they took out the time to make a fucking video.
I ain't gotta pay rent no more. I'm living in their head rent free.
Exactly. See, I got motherfuckers riled up making videos about me. Yes. Yeah, but that's something that I hope that YouTube doesn't do. But like I said, if they do, I'm not gonna be surprised, man. That's some fucked up shit. I don't want to be in nobody's stream where I gotta see an ad every 10 fucking
Oh,
minutes.
I don't either. I refuse.
It's
I
like,
will never do that shit. You know, like
damn,
I'll
I
watch
wouldn't even
friends'
do that
streams
short of
now, but it's like I watch very few streams. Like if you've seen me in your stream,
man.
it means I really like you. I think you're a really cool person because I do not do
Oh,
that
thank
shit. I
you.
am too old for Twitch. I don't give a fuck about Fortnite. This is bullshit. This is like, don't believe me? Google Epic Games. Look at the games they used to make before they made Fortnite. They used to kick ass. But yeah, that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, I do not give a fuck about Twitch. I do not give a fuck about streaming in general. But I do watch my friends'
Uh,
channels because y'all are cool. But
yeah.
I am an old
Thank you
school
on that.
gamer. I play fucking video games. I don't. Watching other people play video games is not why I'm into the hobby, right? I'm from the old school.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Well, whatever you come through, check me out. I really appreciate it.
Oh, I always do. You know, when I see you on there
You
and I've
know,
got time, yeah, I'm happy to do
even
that.
if you watch the recording,
Right?
you know,
Yeah,
appreciate it, man.
totally. Of course. I mean, I'm always in there because I want to talk to people, right? Like if I'm in your stream, it's like I
Yeah,
actually want to talk to you. I'm not just
yeah,
there to watch. I could watch anybody play any game on the internet. It doesn't have to be a live stream, right? So that's the other reason. Like when I go into streams, it's because I actually want to interact.
yeah, yeah. That's what I want. I mean, I appreciate the lurkers and all, but if you can talk to me, that's even better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, why
That's
why
why.
be there if you're not gonna talk? What's the point?
I mean, like some people, it's an exception because they want to see me, but they can't talk because they're busy. Like such as
Right.
Zom.
Oh yeah, no,
You know,
I could see that if you're just busy or
he can't
whatever.
help it.
Yeah, I get
He's
that
busy, but
completely.
he still wants,
I'm just saying in
you know.
general, if you have time and you're watching the stream, of course I'm gonna
But
talk
you're
to you.
not talking
Yeah.
right, right. Like you just making the choice not to talk. Come on, say something in the
Right.
chat. God damn,
Yeah.
you know.
Exactly. Even if I can
Yeah,
only come in for a few minutes, I usually say hey just so that you know I was there.
yeah. It's like but ads during streams that's pretty fucked up. I never liked that shit when I first heard about it. I
No.
said, how does it make sense ads during the fucking live stream?
Well, you know why it is. It's just another way for them to make money. That's all it is. And they're going to make a ton of money off of it. So of course they're going to do it eventually. Especially if Twitch is already doing it.
Yeah,
Cuz
what's already doing?
yeah,
I ain't been to nobody's stream. I've been to bigger channel streams and I ain't seen no ads at all.
really.
I mean, they're like twice my size.
Mhm.
And I've been to their streams and I ain't seen no ads. But this other guy claims that he's been in the stream on YouTube from YouTube and he's seen some ads. I was like, damn.
Well, maybe it's something that the YouTuber can control. I mean, that'd be good at least if you have the
That's what
option
I'm saying.
yourself to
But
control
they
it.
was talking about like I will have no control over it.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean that's
They
gonna
put
suck
ads
if
on
that's what
my
they do. I
and it
that's
went right.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like that'd be it for me. I'd be done streaming if I was a streamer,
Yeah, I
probably.
wouldn't. I think I'll be done too, man. I'm telling you.
which sucks because I know how much you enjoy it. Um,
I love
and
doing it, man, but I don't want to be streaming, and I just don't like the idea of having ads in my stream. I got no control over it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
well, and you know they're gonna advertise some bullshit, some stupid thing that has nothing to do with the game or anything else you're
That's
doing.
that's, that's another thing I don't like about it.
It's not even gonna be targeted. Or if it's targeted, it won't even matter. It'll still be something stupid that nobody actually needs or
Talking about
wants.
some fucking woman's deodorant and shit. Some fucking press on nails
No,
and
no,
all
no.
that
Every
shit.
ad that pops up on your channel is gonna be dick pills. That's it.
Yeah, dick pills. Get your shit larger in 2 seconds. All
Be
you gotta
big
do
like
is press it
Chrome.
down.
Chrome
Yeah.
approved. Chrome approved dick pills. Get your Chrome approved dick pills.
Yeah, that'll be my ass for sure. Like, damn, this is definitely your ass, bro.
But yeah, all right. Ads and streams. We both agree that that's like the end of streaming. That's
Yeah,
like
it'd
the
be the end.
worst possible
That's
thing that
good.
could happen to it.
Yep, that is. Damn.
I
Okay,
mean,
number 5.
yeah.
Okay. Again, you know
Well,
what
I
I'm saying
was just
about
gonna
it?
say, on Twitch, I know women were trying to ruin Twitch, right? All those whores were getting on Twitch and just like showing their tits and
Oh yeah,
stuff, even though they weren't
yeah.
gamers and they were just
Mhm.
like, and they were showing that shit to kids and everything. That was the big controversy, right? A few months ago or whenever that was going on. Like everything on the
Yeah.
Twitch homepage was like just women with big tits trying to
Yeah.
show them and get clicks and everything, even though they weren't gamers
Mhm.
and Twitch is technically for kids. So that was a big, ooh, this is not a great look for you guys, kind of thing. And I don't know how all that played out. Do you?
Oh, they're gonna stay.
They are. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
Twitch has put put them in an adult section.
Mm-hmm.
They like put them in a certain section. It's the adult section of Twitch. Is where they're at.
Okay.
But I don't know what's how. I don't know if kids can still get access to that part. I don't know about that part though.
Well, I'm sure the crafty
Yeah,
kids can.
they ain't going no motherfucking where. They ain't going no goddamn where.
Yeah. They're making too much money from all them simp clicks. All those simps clicking, clickety clacketing.
Hell yeah, all the motherfucking virgins giving them money. $50. Hope you fuck me in the future. Oh,
Right, sending them all their money where it's like, dude, porn is free everywhere. Like, just
right.
go consume it. Like, you don't have to give these bitches any money. Like, what? That's what blows my mind about OnlyFans. It's like, how does
Yeah,
OnlyFans even exist? It's like, how are people that dumb?
yeah, they are, man. I mean, you had a big Belle Delphine, right?
Hmm.
This bitch from England or with a British, right? She was selling her motherfucking bath water,
Oh, I
20
heard about
bucks
that. I heard about that.
a
Yeah.
fucking pop.
Oh my god.
I was like, God damn.
How fucking sad does your life have to be to buy that shit? Like, could you imagine? Like, I couldn't respect myself at all anymore after that. Like, that's basically it. I'm done.
They taking it. I can't knock the thoughts. I can't knock them.
Yeah.
They hustle. They
Oh,
working
they're
on these
hustlers.
motherfuckers.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I gotta respect them.
I respect the
I
grind
mean,
for sure. Like, that's not my problem with it. It's just the guys that consume this shit are just like
yeah,
pathetic to me.
they're the ones who point their fingers at is them because they enable these bitches
Right?
on here.
Yeah.
I mean,
None of them
you
would be
give
doing it if she couldn't sell any of that bath water. She wouldn't be doing it.
exactly,
So.
exactly. It's like put yourself in their shoes. All you got to do is go live, shake your ass until money just raining down on you.
Yep.
It's like easy job is an understatement.
Right.
It's like
Mm.
shit. These mother they want to be stupid enough to shower their money at them. Okay, they finna work them.
Yep.
They're finna take advantage of them and shit because they allow themselves to be taken advantage of.
Right? It's crazy, man. Anyway.
Can I get a private show? I want a private show. They get the private show and all that shit, and they get more money from that. You know.
Yep. Yep. God knows how much they get for private shows and custom content. Those are probably where the big money comes in because they found the suckers, right? The guys that will pay them tons of money to make custom content.
Yeah, they make all that. Yeah, that money. Yeah. Big money, man. I'm telling you.
I just don't get being
They
that
be making bank
obsessed.
every night.
I can't imagine being that obsessed with a digital woman. You know, who really you know she doesn't give a shit
Yeah,
about
it's
you at all.
sad. It's
Like you
sad.
know she doesn't give a shit about you at all. It's all fake. It's all just to get your money. Like everybody knows that, and yet they still do it. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's they're fucking stupid. They fucking stupid, man. I mean, I'm telling you what's even dumber about the bathwater part. There were married men that bought that shit, man. What the fuck you watching
Oh
a
my
thought in the
god.
first place? You're
Right.
married, and you're supposed to be a married man. What
Look,
the
if
fuck is wrong with you?
if a married guy was that dumb to do that,
Yeah,
and the wife saw it on the credit card, he deserves everything that comes after that. I'm sorry, but that is like the
he
dumbest
does.
shit.
It is. It's bad enough you watch him. It's a
Right?
whole other thing. You're gonna buy her fucking bathwater.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. I couldn't imagine that. I don't want bath water from the hottest woman on the world. That is fucking disgusting. Like, it's I, I you couldn't pay me to take it. You know, like if I have to touch it, like that's just nasty.
Oh. And somebody, I remember somebody put. They said, "How do they know it's actually her bathwater? They don't
Oh,
know.
it's her
They don't."
fat pimp actually in the bathroom, just scooping it out of the toilet. That's what it actually is. You're like probably these guys that are paying hundreds of dollars for this bath water. They're bathing in basically Jabba the Hutt's bath water. Jabba the Hutt's toilet.
Jawbone.
You know what would be
Jawbone.
hilarious? You know what would be hilarious? It's not Belle Delphine or any other like attractive woman. It's Lizzo's toilet water. That's what they're actually
Oh
getting.
God! Oh my God! Holy shit!
I hope that if we have
Ass.
any simps listening, you'll keep that image in your mind the next time you're tempted to buy bath water from a strange woman on the internet.
Mhm.
Just remember, it might be coming from Lizzo's toilet. You don't fucking know.
You sure don't.
Oh god, we
Man.
better move on, Chrome. This is just getting darker and sadder.
Yes. What does it say about these Sims, man? So, yeah, number 5. Afraid of AI.
Hmm. Well, that's a big one.
Now, now I gotta admit, man, with this AI art, this artificial intelligence
Right.
going on and shit, self checkout. She got the motherfuckers want to make restaurants AI and shit. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's not so much as that becoming widespread. It's like, cause I'm a fan of the Terminator, man. You know what I'm saying? Skynet and shit.
Sure.
But yeah, it's great. That's why it's a good movie because that's something that could happen.
Yeah.
From the AI shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Sure.
yeah, I'm a little bit afraid. I'm a little bit afraid of this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we can get like a motherfucking true AI, and this motherfucker end up turning machines against us and killing us all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a horrible fucking. terrified future. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
So I have two thoughts on that actually. That one will make you feel better, and one will probably make you feel worse.
okay,
So the better one first. All right. So I think that it's very possible, or perhaps the most likely thing that could already be happening. By the way, we have no way of knowing if AI is going to exist at some point to the level where it is that powerful, or it already does, and we just don't know it because some corporation has contained it in a
yeah,
an advanced state, but they've contained it for their own use.
mm-hmm.
We'll all still be here as long as we have money to spend. Because for corporations, that's what it's all about, right? It's all just about getting more
Oh,
money,
yeah,
right? So it's in their best interest to keep the AI contained, use its abilities to make lots of money, and that's just going to happen with lots of people. So, and they know
mm-hmm.
that. So you get rid of the population, there's no more money, or you're back to rocks
Right,
and sticks and fucking fighting over the last chicken leg, that sort of thing.
yeah,
Like it's not going to be very fun. There's not going to be any money. It's all going to be about survival. So corporations don't really want that, I don't think. Fortunately, um, that's if that's the level that it's at. Um, Alternatively, we have no way of knowing what level AI is actually at any given time. If it's as smart as
that's what.
people think it is or could be, it could be here right
Yeah,
now and no one would have any idea.
yeah,
So
right.
it could literally have put consciousness, it could have replicated itself all over the world in perfectly benign file systems and like patterns and things that are totally undetectable. And
I'm gonna tell you.
you wouldn't know. You would not be able to, like, if it's as smart as I believe it could be, if it truly became sentient, if there were sentient AIs.
No, they're not truly
Yeah.
sentient. They're not. I'm gonna tell you what I believe. This is not a speculation. This is what I believe. Um, whether it's a scary thought or not, that's on y'all. But it's a little scary to me.
Hmm.
I do, I believe that this AI art, the artificial, the self checkout shit.
Hmm.
I believe that they are sentient to a certain degree. They're still bound by program. They can only think so far
Sure.
as long as the program allows them to think.
That's what we see
But,
anyway.
but
They're certainly
yeah, but
limited currently, from
right,
what we
they're
can
limited.
tell.
Right, they have limited thinking. So but could you imagine if somehow they were able to break that barrier of limited thinking? Like, just imagine, like what could happen?
Oh yeah, Vinny and I had a conversation about this. We
You
actually
know?
uploaded it on his channel a while ago, I think. Yeah, we had like a,
Mm.
a very in-depth deep dive into AI and the possibilities of it. We can link that below. I'll
Ooh.
try to remember to do that because it's
Yeah,
a pretty
yeah,
interesting conversation.
yeah. Yeah, send me the link, and I'll definitely link it in the description.
Okay.
That video
Yeah, for people that
made me
are
interested.
interested, and we go after that actually, because my background's in computer science, his background is in electrical
Uh huh.
engineering, so
Right.
we really kind of dive deep into that topic.
Because you remember that game, Detroit Become Human.
Yes.
I love the game, by the way.
Yeah, I
And,
never
and,
played it, but
and
I'm familiar with it.
yeah, so it's like a point in the game where the AI. I mean, it's already sentient, but it will become basically human. It will break the barrier of the program that's allowed to think. So
Hmm.
once that barrier is broke, they're more sentient to the point where they're basically human. You know
Sure.
what I'm saying? So I was thinking about that. So I'm thinking like I think they are like pretty much sentient, but like I said, they're bound by program. They can only think as far as the program allows them to think.
Well, and one of the things Vinny and I
Yeah,
dove
that's what
into in
I'm
that conversation I
saying.
mentioned was it's actually humans, we have this tendency to think that we're top of the food chain, we're the smartest creatures that we're aware of, all that stuff. And
Yeah.
so
Uh-huh.
we naturally think like, oh, if a computer got super smart, it would figure out how to look and act like us. But here's the thing, if a
Mm-hmm.
computer actually got super smart, it's far more likely it would figure out how to do things way better than we do. And to exist in forms way more powerful than we are. So, there's no reason for us to think that like an actual sentient AI program would have a goal of being human necessarily. That's like Data in Star
They're
Trek,
already
right?
better. They already superior to humans.
Yeah. So
AI.
it's already going to be a super powerful life form if it's connected and has all the access to the data on the internet and everything
Yeah.
everywhere else, private networks, all that stuff. It's
Yeah.
going to have so much data. If it has the processing power to actually comprehend all of that data and run calculations with that data, then yeah, it's going to exist in some form way more powerful than we can imagine, for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's one of the things we dive into in that conversation. I thought it was a pretty good podcast we did.
Holy shit! That's I might check it out my damn self.
Yeah,
That's
you'd probably
that's
like it.
interesting, man.
We talk about Terminator. We talk about all the
Yeah.
media things and representation of AI versus real world and all that. Like we get pretty deep into it.
Yeah, I like Benny, man. He's fucking cool as hell.
Yeah, he's great. So, um, yeah, I encourage anybody who's interested in the topic to check it out for sure. So yeah, AI. I'm
And,
I'm horrified, and at the same time, I'm kind of resigned to it. I know that it's coming. There's nothing I can do about it. I just hope that it doesn't destroy everything. Hopefully.
yeah, that's me too.
Um,
That's my thoughts as well. Because
yeah.
if you think back, like to video games, for example, I was always amazed at the computer.
Mm,
Like for example, with fighting games,
yeah.
and I was like, that's amazing how they invent something like that will fight against you, which is a computer
Oh
or we call it
yeah.
AI.
Right.
I was always amazed. Then you could up the difficulty level and would fight harder if you put it
Hmm.
on hard. That shit was amazing to me when I was a kid.
Oh yeah. To me, it still
Yeah,
is. Like if we played, if
it
you go
still
back
is
and play the
yeah,
first Mortal Kombat or play Street Fighter 2,
yeah.
the AI in that is incredible. Like still,
Mhm.
like in my opinion, it's amazing how good fighting game AI has been forever.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, wow, this is amazing. It's like there's no human playing. It's the computer
Yep.
playing against you.
And most of the games
That's
I've played in life, like I'm more of a single player gamer. So I've gone up against AI way more than humans overall.
me too. Me too. And then if you play a game with involves co-op like Resident Evil 5 or 6, and
Right.
it's the AI controlling your partner, and they actually kill you, they can help you up, you down.
Yep.
That shit is fucking amazing.
I
And
love
then if you
that.
play like I was telling people like let's take Persona for example, Persona 5 for
Mm,
example. A lot of people play that game. They use all the characters in that game. I don't only use the protagonist.
okay. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't use my partners. I let them control themselves because
Sure.
I don't have to hold their hand. They're reliable. You don't got to worry about them fucking up. They
Right.
know what they're doing. All the other characters is fucking amazing. So I thought, okay, fuck it.
And you
Let me
can
just
tune it,
use.
right? You can tell them what you want them to
Yeah, you can.
focus on, and they'll do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That too. That's fucking amazing, man.
I
And
love it.
and and then and then this is a thing. I live act freely. I always put act freely. They can do what
Oh
the
yeah.
fuck they want.
Sure.
I don't say focus. You focus on the finish. No, I say no. Do what the fuck y'all want to do. Let's take this monster down,
Right.
and they do what they supposed to do. You
Yeah.
know,
And
like
it's so
now
good
they're gonna
now,
hear
right? You
me.
can really trust them. I mean, if you do like act freely
Mhm.
on a modern game, it's like it's really smart. Like that's probably going to be the best setting you could have in terms of making the game easier because they're going to do whatever the best thing to do is at that moment.
Yeah, it's just to make you think about like that's one of the man's greatest inventions is the computer AI man with
Sure.
video games. That's among the best inventions ever.
I agree completely.
And it's really, really fucking like wow, awesome. You know,
Yeah. I mean, it's a long way from Pong, right?
yeah, it is.
So, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's a good one for sure. Good topic.
Yeah, I think you're gonna like the next one too.
What do you got?
You're gonna really like this. Number 6. Imagine CGI making live action women look ugly or manly. Because you know it's already happening in fucking video games with fictional characters, right?
Right?
So who stopped them for inventing, goddamn it, from doing it to live action women?
Sure.
To make them look ugly to suit their fucking standards and shit.
Yeah, nothing's stopping them other
That's
than ticket sales, right?
right. It's like I mean that they're already taking models. They take models that look really pretty. They look beautiful,
Yep.
and they uglify them when they put them in the game on
Hmm.
purpose
And I'm
to
always like, I'm
combat
over
that.
here like,
Yeah,
why did
well,
you pay this person?
yeah.
What, if you were just gonna make them ugly, why not just get an ugly person to do it for free?
I don't. I know. That's what I'm saying. They gotta fuck up their face and all that shit. It's like to make them look like they ass. And so, won't you get somebody that work with y'all ass and fucking be the model?
Right?
What the fuck?
It doesn't make any sense at all. And the other thing is, we
Yeah.
have all these fat models now, right? Because everybody wanted to sell, like, Victoria's Secret wanted to sell, like, I don't know, fatter underwear and stuff. Like, and other places, like, other companies have done that. They've tried to get all these fat models. If they're doing that, why wouldn't the gaming companies just get ugly models?
Yeah. Why not?
I don't get it. But then this is why Stellar Blade becomes such a big deal, right? Because you've got this beautiful protagonist who's actually based on a real woman, and
Yeah.
everybody is so upset that she is so beautiful in real life and in the game. It's
Yeah.
just so offensive to people that a woman is beautiful in 2024, and I just find that hilarious.
It is fucking hilarious.
Like, imagine how insecure you have to be mad that a video game character is pretty. Like, I can't even imagine that level of insecurity.
Yeah, that's a lot of insecurity, man. It's like, I mean, somebody that's pretty actually irritates you.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane, man. You need mental help.
Well,
I mean,
you need to get some
seriously.
self-esteem somehow. I mean,
Oh,
you know, put down the donuts, go to the gym, get some therapy. I don't fucking know. Do something. You know, if
don't
you
you see
hate
all these
yourself
motherfuckers?
that much, right? That's you got to do something about it.
Yeah, do you see how these motherfucking video game developers look like? I
No,
mean, come on, look at them.
right? They're not exactly runway models typically. Yeah. Um, they work with computers for a reason.
Oh,
They're really smart people who probably aren't really gonna do any modeling anytime soon, unless they're doing it for Victoria's Secret fat collection.
cat ladies and shit past they fucking prime.
uh,
You know, fucking up all the classic games. They re-release these games. They fuck up the faces. They fuck up the continuity if they can. Fuck up all of the shit to suit they shit.
hmm.
And then when the game bombs, they blame the white man for it. The straight white man's fault. It's their fault that the game bombed.
It's my fault, Chrome. It's always my fault that a game
But at
bombs.
the
It's
same
like,
time, it,
and I mean technically it kind of is because I don't buy new games anyway because I don't like to support broken products. So, that's my but they think it's because oh you just don't like what we did with the game. It's like no, I just don't like that most of what y'all release is fucking broken at release, and I'm not paying
yes,
retail for a broken product. I'm just not gonna do it because I'm not a sucker. It is what it is. You created this
exactly.
environment. Here we are. I remember the days when you could buy a new game and it fucking worked. You put it in and it worked. It didn't even need an update. You just put it in and it worked.
Nope.
It was an amazing time.
Yep.
And boy, that is we are hell and gone from that time.
They're not
So
they're not obligated to do all that anymore because they know they could just patch it later.
yeah, just
They're not
patch it
obligated
later.
to do it.
Just patch it later. Yeah,
So
release shit on release, and then just patch it later. Sure, whatever. But yeah, you're not getting my money. The game's gonna be half price in 6 months anyway. Who gives a shit?
yeah,
You know,
that
like
too.
that's the
That's
other
what
part of the industry that I just find hilarious. It's amazing to me that they've been able to sustain the prices that they charge people. Like I can't believe more people aren't like me and just like, yeah, I'll play that in a year. I'll pick that up when it's $5.
yeah,
You know,
just
like
wait,
what
motherfucker. Don't buy it day one.
I
Just
can at least
wait.
tell you,
Wait.
Chrome, I have saved thousands of dollars for you know, I've got a big game collection. If I had bought all
Yeah,
that
me
shit
too. Me
retail,
too.
I would
Oh my
probably be
god.
down 5 to 10 grand from where I am right now. Like literally. That's probably if you added it all up, you know, that's
Yeah.
probably, and if you did like my whole life it would be way more than that too, by the way. That's just like in recent years.
Yeah, they want $70 for fucking retail the game first. Get the fuck out of $60 is already bad enough.
It's crazy.
It's like you want 70 for it? Get the fuck on, man.
No. It's totally ridiculous. And they'll be like, "Oh, well, we're spending more money than Hollywood." Yeah, no one told you to do that. That's your choice. Right?
No.
Like
No, they
no,
want to be
no one's forcing you to do that. Back in the '90s, y'all used to make kick-ass games, and you didn't have budgets like that at all. So, and
yeah,
it
when
worked. Yeah.
it's like
So,
they want to be celebrities. They want to be Hollywood celebrities anyway. All you are is a fucking game developer. That's all you are, man.
yeah.
They want to be a goddamn celebrity too. Like what the fuck?
Well, and to be fair, the budgets have gotten bigger than Hollywood for some of the bigger studios. So I
Mhm.
get it. It's yeah, you've got a lot of overhead. So maybe that's a good reason to listen to your fans, the people that actually do buy games, and maybe make the
Yeah.
stuff they actually want. Then y'all wouldn't be so surprised when Stellar Blade knocks it out of the park. You know, if y'all had just done what you used to do, you wouldn't be in the trouble that you are now financially if you'd actually listen to the fans. But that's not what game companies want to do. That's not what game journalists want to do. They just want to, you know, cater to whatever special needs group that is hot at the moment, I guess.
No, the modern audience.
But whatever the fuck that is.
Oh, you know what they are.
I really don't. That's the thing.
I
It's like
said that's the.
who
I
actually
said that's the
are these
report.
people
But
that
I know
like
exactly
this
what they are.
content? I mean, I get they're trying to like target minorities or whatever,
Yeah,
but I don't know any minorities who actually like this shit. Like they're not buying it.
that's just it. That's just it. That's the modern audience. The modern audience are the fucking casuals, the minorities,
Hmm.
the LGBTQ that motherfuckers who complain and bitch on Twitter about oh she looks too beautiful, the male gaze and all. That's the fucking modern audience.
No. Well, I don't think they're even buying the stuff, even if it's like
They're
ugly
not.
people.
That's
You
what
know,
I'm.
that's
They're not. They're not buying it.
that's what's hilarious to me is like, then why do you care what they think if they're not buying it? That's what I don't get. Like that's why like if I was on the board of a gaming company or the CEO, I'd be like, why would I make games for people who don't buy games? What why would I do that? That's not my audience at all. I don't care what anyone who isn't buying my games thinks about what we're doing here at all. That's what I'd tell journalists too. I'd be like, I literally do not care what you think of this game if you're not going to buy it because I am in this business to make money. That's why I do it. You know, and by the way, every game CEO is in the business to make money. Every single one of them. They can tell any kind of lie they want about passion or other shit. No, they don't do a job. You don't
Yeah,
do a job like that if you don't love money.
yeah, that's what it is, man.
But anyway,
And then they private their Twitter pages and all
right?
that shit. It's like you can see they're bothered by they bothered by they making all this money at the same time they bothered by these fucking constructive criticisms that these games get, which they
Mm-hmm.
should listen to, but they don't.
Yep.
Instead, they shut their ears and call you a bigot, a racist, and all that shit,
Oh, it's the white man's
misogynist, and
fault.
all that.
It's the white man's
Yeah, it's a white
fault.
man's fault.
Wubs didn't
Right.
buy the game. That's why it failed. Oh no! I just want to be like, nah,
They
bitch, I
wanted
ain't been buying
you
games for 20 years.
you
Not retail. Had nothing to do with me.
check BioWare. BioWare has done something for the Gay Pride Day or something like that. It was
Right?
like a special skin or something for Gay Pride, and they tweet and all they tweet and it was like nobody could tweet because they know what they're gonna
Uh,
get. They know it. They
yep.
know what's coming. They blocked it, so they blocked all comments.
They knew they were
I
about
was
to hear
like,
some truth, and they didn't want to.
yeah,
Oh, that's hilarious.
like that's a shame because what if I was an LGBT member and I said, "Thank you guys so much for doing this for me." Now I feel like I'm special, but I can't comment because I'm afraid of the backlash.
And you know what's funny about that is like the gay people that I know like knew like when I was younger, they just wouldn't have given a fuck at all about that. They were totally, you know, they came up in a time where they had to be strong. They had to know who they were and not apologize for it and not care what anybody else thought about their life choices. And it gave them it gave them character. Oh my god. They actually had character. They were actually like good people. You know, they who believed in things and knew who the fuck they were. And nowadays, it's like all these people just want is like you've called it out before. They just want the victim points for everything. They just want to be seen as victims, no matter you know where they come from or who they actually are. It's just all about victim clout. I just don't respect it at all.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
anything else you got about that, Chrome?
Uh, nope.
Yeah,
No.
I think we hit that pretty hard.
Not now at least.
Yeah. Damn. Well, what's your next one? Did I lose you? What's your next one?
Yeah, you still there?
Yeah, can you hear me? Go.
All right. The next one is, let's see. This kind of bothers me too. This one does. It's getting vilified for not helping someone. Okay. Here's a scenario. Okay. Let's say you're out and about and you see, let's say, a man attacking a woman. Okay. You just happen to be there at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do? You know, so do you stand there or do you try to help her out?
Uh,
You don't keep in mind you do not know this woman. You don't even know who the guy is.
right. Yeah, it would for me personally. If you're asking about me personally, it would very much depend on the situation and what I was aware of or not aware of happening. Right. That's like I would not just
It's
jump
like no, he's
in.
like a well,
You know, yeah, I'm not going to just jump in, put myself in harm's way without knowing some context of what's going on.
right, exactly. That's the thing with me. Because if I know, I wouldn't do shit because I don't know if he has a gun. I don't know if he could hurt me.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if he's bigger than me.
I mean,
Even if he's
you don't
not,
know
he
what
could have
she
a fucking
said to
gun.
make him react that way. So.
text season. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying it's her fault. I'm just saying it might be.
There's a possibility of that too. But people have been vilified by other people online for not jumping in and helping out the woman, and
Right.
or just being fucking Superman all of a sudden. Like, no, fuck that. Let's say I did jump in and help her out, and guy's ass, right? Who's to
Yeah.
say he's not going to come back at me with lethal force because I beat him up?
Oh, absolutely.
You
And
know what I'm
not
saying?
just him, it could be his friends, it could be other people get involved who
Yeah,
misread the
yeah.
situation. All kinds of stuff go wrong. And not to mention your liability,
Mhm.
by the way. If you're in a physical altercation, you could easily end up in court or prison.
Thank you, thank you. But they said like, oh, they should have helped out. But all they did was take out their cell phones and shit like that. I'm gonna tell you a story. This is a true story too. This is about this. This happened in a restaurant. This lady got attacked by this man.
Mm,
From the eyewitness accounts, it appeared that the woman didn't provoke this man at all. He was just on some bullshit,
mm-hmm.
and he got into an altercation with her, and he ended up punching her and all that shit.
Wow.
And I'm gonna believe that she didn't do anything. From what I've heard from what people say, what they saw. So, with that in mind, I still wouldn't have jumped in because, like I said, who knows what would happen to me? You know what I'm saying? I'm like I said, I don't know. I'm likely to do it if I did. If I knew it. If it was like my sister, I probably would have.
Sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
If it's like my sister, or before I knew who the woman was,
Right.
I probably. But since I don't know her, I'm not gonna do shit because I don't want to get shot. I don't want them to come back at me later if I do end up beating them. You
Right.
know, I don't know. So
You don't want
it
to
was.
spend the rest of your
But
life
they take
looking
out
over
their
your shoulder, right?
right. Exactly. So they talk about they got their cell phones out. Yeah, of course people gonna put their cell phones out. They want to get that seconds of fame. Put that
Right.
on World Star Hip Hop and shit.
Right.
You know, of course they will. But check this out. They bitching about the people. They bitching. The people in the comment section was bitching about. I even did the video. I did a vlog on this, by the way, and I was responding to the comments on the Screencatcher vlog.
Mm-hmm.
And if I remember, I'm gonna put that in the description if I remember that to put that if I do remember.
Okay.
But what was pretty much saying they was vilifying all the other people that wasn't doing anything, and they said in the cell phone footage they used somebody's cell phone footage to exonerate the woman.
Mm.
So
Hmm.
they actually helped her by recording it.
Mm-hmm.
So they did
Sure.
help her.
Sure. Absolutely.
So they didn't jump in the fight and stop her from getting beat up. They helped her by recording the shit. So they used that to exonerate her because at first it was believed that she instigated it
Mm-hmm.
and all this shit because her son ended up killing a guy. Her son, a 14-year-old son, ended up shooting a man dead
Wow.
because he wanted to protect his mom. They made it like that she picked on this man and had her son kill him for no reason. That
Mm-hmm.
was the story at first.
Mm-hmm.
But the cell phone footage proved it to be otherwise. So fuck y'all talking about that they didn't do nothing. Yes, they did. They helped her by their footage.
Sure.
Because if it wasn't for the cell phone footage, we would be believing in the lie that she instigated the shit to get that man killed.
Right.
In reality, it was the son protecting his mother.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why you can still help doing something like that. Just collecting data if you want to help, but you don't want to get directly involved. That sort of thing. I say that, but at the same time, I don't know what it would be like. I've seen fights in public before. I've never been really close to one or in a position where I could have done anything immediately to influence the outcome, and it's always been between men too. So I don't know what it would be like if I came
Yeah.
across like just the sort of that instinctual biology stuff too, right? Might kick in if I saw like a guy beating up a girl or something, like that's in there. It's definitely programmed, right? That I don't know. I hope I
Niggas
wouldn't do
come to
anything
arrest
stupid.
you. Yeah.
I hope I wouldn't do anything stupid because of that. This is all I'm saying. um, I
I'm just being honest. I don't think I'll be doing shit but
yeah.
standing there watching
No,
it, if anything,
I don't think
or
that
walking away.
I would probably not get involved unless I really knew the full context of the situation. Because I
Mm-hmm.
kind of there's another part of me that really feels like yeah, there's some bastards out there. There's some guys that'll hit women for sure for no reason. They're definitely out there. But there's
Yeah.
also a lot of women out there who will say some really dumb shit to try to get a man to hit her just so that she can record it and take his ass to
Mm-hmm.
court and ruin his life. There's a lot of that out there. So uh, and
Mm-hmm.
I certainly don't want to get involved in anything like that.
Yeah, context is fucking important, man.
Yeah, it's really
It's like you
important.
gotta.
And this whole thing of believe all women, bullshit. That's bullshit. That's
Yeah,
just saying that is as
bullshit.
dumb as saying believe all men. You know, that's just a stupid fucking thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's plenty of them that will
It
lie.
is true.
Yeah. Well, what's your next one, Chrome?
Okay, this is concerning bearing arms.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure you know about this. How the leftists, they seem to be anti-gun law.
Right.
As a result of these fucking school shootings, these fucking crowd shooters, and all that shit,
Mm-hmm.
they their solution is to get rid of guns.
Right.
So what they're really doing is actually taking the guns out of the people that out of the good people's hands to protect themselves. That's what
Right.
they're doing, which is, and the fact that they don't see that boggles my mind. It's
Sure.
like, no, you ain't what you're trying to put in place is detrimental for those who try to protect themselves. You taking the guns out of the hands of people to protect themselves,
Right.
but the criminal's still going to get their fucking guns, man.
Oh yeah.
Because
100%.
9 times out of 10, if somebody kills somebody, that gun is because 9 times out of 10, the person who kills somebody using the gun, that gun wasn't even there. It's either stole it or they got off the black market.
Yep. And if
They're not even licensed to carry the motherfuckers they kill.
and a
You
lot
know,
of the cases for that, I mean, the serials are all going to be wiped from it. You know, it's not going to be very traceable in most cases
uh,
anyway. So, um, that's another issue that they're not talking about.
it's just crazy. It's like, no, let them fucking. In fact, if you want to make some adjustments to the gun laws, make this shit easier to obtain. If anything, they should have a long ass fucking wait period before they get their gun.
Right.
I mean, I'm talking about law, getting it the legal way. I'm talking about. You ain't talking about the criminals. I mean,
Yeah.
my thing is the criminals got their guns. Why can't I? Why can't I get one to protect myself so I can have one too? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck?
I'm an advocate on this issue for education because I grew up in the South and I know a lot of smart people very responsible people who own guns, and I know a lot of idiots who own guns.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen both sides of it, and that's why I'm an advocate for education around it, because I don't feel safer when idiots have guns, but I do feel safer when smart, responsible people have guns. So yeah, just making it easier for everybody to get guns, I don't really think is a good solution because there's a lot of idiots out there. Uh, but
Yeah.
I am in favor. I'm not like, oh, let's take guns away or anything. I don't think we should do that. But I do think, like, if you're gonna get a gun, particularly if you're gonna get certain types of guns, like breaching shotguns or semi-automatic high-powered rifles, things like that, that you need more education about it. Like a 17-year-old kid shouldn't be able to walk into Dick's Sporting Goods and walk out with a breaching shotgun in half an hour, right? Like that's fucking stupid. Um,
Like that. I'll make it easy.
yeah, like don't like just there needs to be more responsibility around it, and that's my issue with the liberal solution of, oh, let's just take guns away from everybody or let's limit it. It's like that's not going to work. And then the conservative solution is, oh, everybody needs to have guns. We just need more guns
It's not gonna
everywhere
work.
and all that. It's like, no, that's not going to work either. They're both really really fucking dumb ideas. Like, if you actually know people,
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah.
yeah, like what's gonna actually, like, believe me, if you just if you talk to the average high schooler today, go to a high school. Don't actually do this, by the way. This is a metaphor, but I'm just saying, talk to any high schooler
Nope.
today in 2024, and then
Uh
come
huh.
talk to me and tell me if you think that they are have anywhere near the level of maturity and responsibility that you would like a person with a semi-automatic handgun to possess, and we'll talk. But I don't think you're going to meet that kid. You're going to meet very few of them anyway. I can absolutely promise you that, right? Um, you're going to feel a lot safer if most 18-year-olds in America don't have guns. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, That doesn't
Good
mean,
point, man. You got
however,
a good
that
point
if
there.
they did coursework and learned how to properly handle them, take care of them, be responsible, actually took courses on shooting and concealed carry and all of the things, that I'd feel fine about that. That's good. I think we need more gun education. I think it would be good for people to have that. We don't have a society that requires military service, so I actually think it's very good for the civilian population to have some formal training in the use of firearms. I think that's a good thing for a society to have. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but and frankly, I think it should be required. I think it'd be great if everybody learned how to operate and the safety around firearms, because a lot of people, this is the problem with the current system. They don't know shit about guns. They just go out and buy one, and everybody's all surprised when they fuck up. It's like, no, of course they don't know what the hell they're doing. I was in a store the other day. I was in the grocery store. There was this kid behind me, probably
Mm-hmm.
he was probably 20 something, early 20s, and he had a Glock in his belt sticking out, so everybody could fucking see it.
Oh.
And I knew what it was, and he wasn't making a big deal about it. He was standing behind me or whatever, and I saw it, and I was, you know, more aware, right, as I checked out and everything. But I wasn't like afraid of it or anything, but I was definitely like paying attention to it, you know. And this is my issue as far as like gun laws go. Open carry, in my opinion, is the dumbest fucking law ever, because you're basically trying to make everything like the old west, which is fucking stupid, right? If you actually have an
No,
active
I'll have my stick and field.
Yeah, if you actually have an active
Yeah,
shooter
I'll have
situation,
my stick and field. I won't. Yeah.
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 But down here in North Carolina, I think recently we went to like an all open carry. Don't quote me on that. I need to double check. Um, when that happened, I was like, this is the stupidest thing ever. Because when you open carry, all you're
Yeah.
doing is advertising that you're the person that the bank robber should shoot first. That's it. That's all that you accomplish. You will not be able to stop anybody from doing
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah.
because they're going to see your dumb ass the second they walk in, and they're going to shoot you first. That's what they're going to do, you know? Um,
Exactly. So they can see
like,
that gun. Yep. They can see
yeah.
that you carrying one.
I
That's
mean, you'll
still,
you'll be
yeah.
lucky if
That's
they
why I'm
don't
saying
kill
my
you.
shit will never be.
Like if the
Yeah.
bank robber comes to the bank and you're open carrying, or I don't know, maybe it's not at a bank. It won't be at a bank. I don't think you can do it on federal property, or not federal, but banks and stuff like that. There are still rules, but you
Mm.
know what I'm saying. If they go into a business and
Yeah. Fuck that
like a
shit.
kid's about to rob the gas station or something, he sees your dumbass in the corner, open carrying. You think he's not gonna shoot you? Like,
Yeah, I would. I be
right?
shooting their asses first. That's
I,
like I can see they got the guns.
that's just yeah. This is why open carry is fucking stupid, in my opinion. If you're gonna carry a gun, learn how to carry a gun and conceal it.
It is stupid. It
Get
is.
certified, do all of the things, follow all of the rules and the laws in your local municipalities, and do it totally above board and do it that way. Like this is a commitment to own and operate a gun. It's as serious, if not more so, than learning how to drive and taking on that responsibility. It's a privilege, right? It's not. We like to think about gun rights and laws and it's like no, it's a privilege. Like you have to earn that. You don't. You shouldn't just have that from birth. Like oh yeah, every baby gets an AR-15, just because they got born. Like no, it's fucking
Oh
stupid.
hell no. Hell no. No.
This is why, that's what the NRA would love, right? Shit like that. And that's why organizations like that, in my opinion, are fucking stupid. Because it's not about safety or anything that they pretend it's about. It's all about trying to sell guns and the manufacturers making money. Again, it's just another way to
Oh, of
make money.
course. They're gonna do what they're gonna do whatever they're gonna say whatever they can before guns.
They don't actually
Yeah.
believe any of the stuff they claim to believe. It's all just about making money. That's it.
Buy our guns and make us rich.
Right? That's pretty much it. And apparently, God and Jesus and fucking AR-15s, that's a good way to do it, right? That's the angle they've taken. So, that's what sells guns in America for the most part. But, and that's fine. I have nothing against that. If that's what you want to do, if you're a religious person and you like guns and you like the NRA, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with them pretending that it's all about safety, and that's what they try to sell everybody on, to do their promotions and push guns on everybody. It's not about that at all. It's about selling guns, and everybody knows it. They just don't want to admit it. Wow, Chrome, I think you hit a nerve for me on that topic.
I told you some juicy
Yeah,
topics,
some
man.
juicy stuff. I'm sure I offended everybody.
And
So,
I think
on the right and the
I don't give a
left.
shit. I don't give a shit. I live to fucking offend. Fuck them both. Fuck.
Right? They're terrible.
Yeah.
They're short-sighted views of the
They're the
world.
ones. I mean, they're the ones that's gonna vote for Trump again and shit. Even though Trump said elections were fucking rigged, but yet he's running again and
I
shit. How
know.
the what makes him so confident he gonna win this time?
I love that.
What makes him so confident he gonna win this
Well,
time?
it's rigged. He told
Shit.
you. He's already rigged it, right? That's what it is. So it's
Yeah,
rigged,
it's
but
rigged.
it's
So if
rigged
it's
for
rigged, you
him
ain't
this
gonna
time.
win.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, they
Right?
probably said, okay, if you run again this time, we'll hook you up.
Yeah, we'll rig it for you this time. Just for the
We'll hook you
drama.
up.
For the drama of all of it, Yeah.
Yeah,
So CNN can get more clicks.
yeah. Man, I do not. I swear, I do not want 4 more fucking years of this man in office. I don't. And
Hmm.
this is coming from somebody who defended his ass.
Oh, really?
But when he's done for the first 4 fucking years, I
Hmm.
don't want the because it'll be the same shit
Oh, I
all
know.
over again. It's gonna
Yeah.
be like the clock
And it's just
going
gonna
back
be
to 20,
sadder, right? It's
went back
like
to when he ran. Oh,
it's the older,
yeah,
fatter, sadder version, right? It's like watching Whoopi Goldberg on The View, right? It's like we already did all this, Whoopi. Like
yeah,
you've
it
been doing
is.
this forever. Like just get on with your life, do something, spend time with your grandkids or somebody else's whatever. I don't care. Just get off TV. Like that's what I feel about every politician over 50. It's like, guys, come on, go like be rich with your
What a fucking
grandchildren
fool,
and like
man.
stop trying to control the whole fucking world
Damn.
with your bullshit ideas.
And how old is and how old is fucking Joe Biden, man? What the fuck, bro?
Oh, I don't know. He's
Let
older
me
than the
tell you,
Crypt
trying to go
Keeper.
for 4 more fucking years. Barely fucking speak. He can barely keep up with the
I
fucking
know.
teleprompter,
Well,
man.
you
What
know
the
what the plan
fuck?
is. If he dies,
I mean,
Kamala
shit.
Harris becomes president, right? That's a good plan.
I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse, him being alive as president another 4 years, her ass taking over because he can't do it
Well, they're both
no
pretty
more. What the
terrible.
fuck?
They're both pretty fucking terrible. But
They are, man.
I don't think
Professional victim. She
this
called
is
him
the issue, though.
racist
I
and
mean,
shit.
again, like Trump's just as bad. And again, it's like everybody thinks, oh,
Yeah,
they're
that's
so
what I'm.
different. It's like no, they're all fucking horrible. Like
No,
that's what it actually. They're all rich, overprivileged pieces of shit. Okay, like that's what it is. We all know it.
both sides are
We all
fucking
know
rich.
it. Even people who are like, "Oh, I'm a Republican," or yeah, you know that all the people at the top are rich, overprivileged pieces of shit. And if
They
you don't, you're
are
fucking lying to
both sides
yourself.
are fucking
You
rich.
are fucking lying to yourself if you don't know that. So prove me wrong, chat. Get on the chat and prove me wrong. Make an argument
Yeah,
that convinces me that the people that run the world governments aren't overprivileged rich pieces of shit, regardless of what party or politics or ideology they come from. Make the argument,
they
and I'll listen.
fact.
I'll read it. I will
It's
read it.
fact.
I promise. I promise I will read it. If anybody actually posts something, I promise you I will read it and I will consider it, and I guarantee you that I will probably be able to bury it in my response. But by all means, take a shot if you want to.
Yeah, tomorrow. Can I ask one person what's the difference between a Republican? I'm trying to laugh. I said, what's the difference between a Republican and a Democrat? And she said, "Oh, the Republicans, they're rich, and the Democrats." No, he said the Republicans are for the rich people, and the Democrats are for the poor people. I'm like,
Right,
but they're both rich, though.
right. That's the problem with that logic, right? That's the
I'm
public
like,
school logic. That's what you learn in public school, right? Democrat
yeah,
good,
that's what I'm
Republican
saying. Like,
bad, right? That's as far as that goes. There's a little more to our history, though. I'm
yeah,
afraid it's a
and
little
before,
deeper than that.
oh my god, I don't know if I don't think I shared this on the show before. But I'm gonna do it now, though. Now, after Trump won the first time, because him and Obama's going at it like fucking lions. Obama said,
Hmm.
"Oh, fuck this guy. Don't vote for this guy. He ain't shit." Then Trump wins, right? All of a
Right.
sudden, they meet up at the White House, the Obamas and the Trumps at the White House. They
Hmm.
must have breakfast for at least 30 minutes.
Okay.
I was like, wait a minute. I thought y'all hated each other. Why the fuck are you at Why the fuck are you at the White House trying to teach Trump some pointers on
Right.
how to run the country? I thought you didn't like this man. What the fuck is going on here? And why isn't Obama called a fucking sellout
Right.
by the black community?
Yep. Questions, right? Good
What the fuck am I
questions.
missing here?
Good questions. I don't think you're missing anything, Chrome. I think the
This
whole
is true. I
country's
told my
missing a
mom
lot.
that you fucking believe. Dude, it's true. I'm not making this shit up. Yes, I like to joke around. This is not a fucking joke. They met. This is after Trump won the same fucking day. They went to the White House
Oh, I
and they
remember
had
it.
breakfast and they were
Yeah.
there for like
I
hours.
remember that. I remember that completely. It happened the way you
Some
said.
people don't know about it. Some people don't even know about it.
Yeah. No, and I remember at the time I thought it was hilarious for the same reason.
Yeah.
The same reason. I thought, oh, that that's interesting, isn't it? Isn't it?
That's that's un, that's undeniable proof that
Yeah.
this shit is a fucking theater. This shit is fucking theater,
Yeah,
man.
that's all
It's
it
it's
is.
a show business.
Again,
It's
this
all
is
theater. They're
this is
all friends behind the scenes.
this is
That's
why I
what I be
get
trying to tell people.
this is why I get so annoyed with people who are like so much one team or the other. It's like I get that you have your passions, you have your beliefs and ideology and all that. That's cool. I have nothing against you, right or left. It's just I cannot stand when people think that these overprivileged rich people, if you actually think any of them give a fuck about you at all, you are 1,000% incorrect. They don't. They don't care about you one
Oh,
iota
how could
at
they?
all. So let's stop
They don't.
pretending that they do, right? That's my issue with all of the drama. See, because if people actually knew that and like really internalized that and understood it, Fox and CNN are done, right? They're just done. No one's gonna watch either of them anymore. No one's gonna be brainwashed by any of that crap, and maybe we could actually figure some shit out. You know, if we weren't just all divided all the time over arbitrary bullshit that we have no control over anyway, you know, maybe we could actually, you know, as a community, figure some things out. But no, you all would rather fight. You just keep rather fighting about which old fucking piece of shit is gonna run everything, as if you have any influence over it at all. You don't, and we don't even lie
Oh
about
my
it.
god.
We have the electoral college. People lose like they lose the popular vote and they still become president. So a bunch of rich people ultimately pick who the president is anyway. The whole voting system is a sham. It's a lie, and they've even told you that, and you still fucking do it. Go out there thinking that somehow you're going to influence the
Ted
outcome of
Cruz,
things. Like, it's incredible.
Ted Cruz, Ted Cruz, he said it. He said they're not elected, they're selected.
Yeah,
Ted Cruz, he
exactly.
said that. Google it.
Yeah, I
Google
know.
it. Ted
We talked
Cruz
about that.
fucking said it.
Of course, it's that way.
This ain't no fucking. This is not no conspiracy shit. This is not no fucking speculation we talking about here.
No,
This fuck the conspiracy theories.
this,
This is fucking fact. This
yeah,
is not like I say again. This is not conspiracy theory. This is fucking fact.
it's the way it
Ted
is,
Cruz actually fucking said it.
and it
They're not
sucks.
elected.
But
They're select. They're not elected. They're selected.
right, yeah, they're not elected, they're selected, and there's nothing we can do about it. Unless you are rich or
Yeah.
you have some kind of power or influence, there is nothing you can do about it. You just have to try to be grateful for what you have, what your family has day to day, and get on with your life, and stop fighting your neighbor over dumb political bullshit that ultimately doesn't really affect your life at all anyway. It's a waste of time and energy, and it takes away the joy of your life. And if I'm wrong, by all means, put it in the comments. Tell me how much joy politics has brought to your
Oh,
life. Tell me how much closer it's brought
same
you
with
to
me
people.
too. I believe.
You know,
Yeah.
I'd love to hear you say that. Somebody
Yeah.
in the
Tell
comments.
me how
Tell me
young
how
I
much
am.
joy all this bullshit has brought to your life in the last 2 decades
Yeah.
in
Please do.
particular. Please do. I'd love to hear
Please
it.
do.
I'd love to hear one person say the political state of America has somehow brought more joy to their life.
They haven't made. Look, check this out. The political spectrum. All these years since we were on this earth, me and Woobs, they they haven't made our lives worse, nor they made our lives better.
Yeah.
We just grew up not being affected by who was in office. That's why I never gave a fuck who's in office. They ain't affected my life. So why should I
Yep.
give a shit who the president is and who's running for president? I don't give a fuck. They ain't, they ain't influencing me.
Nope. They're gonna make whatever decisions
I'm
they're gonna
still
make
getting by just
regardless.
fine. Yeah.
Regardless of who you vote for, it doesn't matter. Somebody else is gonna pick whoever gets elected, and they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do. So there's no reason to stress out about it. You just gotta enjoy your life. Unless you want to go into politics and change stuff yourself, by all means, get rich and get into politics. Try to promote your ideology. Try to change things. That's fine too. More power to you if you have that much passion and drive.
I mean, the president's supposed to be so fucking powerful, right? Yeah, he can't make a single law without the House
Oh
voting
yeah,
for it, without a
that's
House vote.
that's the other thing.
He can't
That's
make us. He can't say like, "Oh, I want to outlaw." He can't. He can't do it.
he can
It has to be.
veto
It has to be
things.
voted within the House.
He can veto things that come from
Yeah.
the House and the Senate and that stuff. But no, you're right. I mean, that's why we have branches of government, because theoretically it
Yeah. The
reduces the
branches. Right.
control
Right.
that any one person has. And it forces people to have to try to work together more to get things done. Unfortunately, they tend to just collude on shit and pass a bunch of crap through on, like, bills include all kinds of stuff that has nothing to do with the bill being proposed. So that's the other thing that's really screwed up about the system. All kinds of stuff gets passed that includes stuff that has nothing to do with the actual subject of the bill. So that's another thing that to where I'm just like, that's sort of a Mickey Mouse ridiculous setup. That's the way it is, but that is the way that it is. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
So
But
anyway,
I think for order for the law to be approved, forgot what I heard. It was like I think 70% or like 75% have to say yes in order for it to become a
hmm
law.
yeah,
I know it doesn't have to be 100%. It got to be like 70 to 80%. I think have to say yes
right.
for it to become a law.
Yeah,
Something like that. It's
there
been
are
a while
rules
since I
like
heard
that.
about something like
Yeah,
that.
there are like they have to have majorities on things, and it has to be a certain majority for stuff like that. And that's also right to try to keep people working together and prevent but so much division. I mean, I understand it as a concept. It's just I think that a lot of stuff happens that is not in the best interest of the people, regardless, right? Because we have this class of ultra wealthy, ultra powerful people who fundamentally do not give a fuck about you or me at all. So why
Yeah.
would we pretend to give a fuck about them? is, is my issue with all of the political theater currently, with the way the system is now.
It's all it is. It's still.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, what you got next? That was a rough one.
Um. Yeah, this is good ones, man. The next one is apathy is worse than hate, and I'm going to explain how. See how many people agree with this one. Now, if somebody hates you, they still giving you attention. Okay,
Sure. Oh yeah, yeah.
let's say you are internet troll,
Right.
and you manage to get somebody to lose their shit. So they go on their YouTube channel, they make videos about you. That means you got under their skin. You happy. They hate you, but you happy about it because you got what you wanted.
Right.
However, if they're apathetic towards you, that's going to hurt you because they give you no attention. They're indifferent towards you. No matter
Right.
what you say to them, no matter what you throw at them, they're apathetic.
Yep.
So that's why it's worse than hate because apathetic people don't give a fuck.
Well, I mean,
It's like you don't even exist
that's
to
why
them anymore.
we've structured the show like this, right? It's so inflammatory. I mean, we've got to have a lot of haters, right, who are going to comment on why we're wrong about everything, right? And make us YouTube famous, I hope. We're not pulling any punches here. So yeah, I agree with
Right,
you. I
right.
agree with you.
Because
Apathy is way worse. Like, let us know how you feel,
yeah,
people. Like, put it down below.
yeah, yeah. It's like, don't be silent because people are like, oh, come on, man. Just say something, you know. That's why it's worse. That's why it's worse, man. It's like the saying goes, the opposite of love is not hate, it's apathy.
Yep,
You know,
I totally agree. Totally agree.
that's how it is. It's not hate because hate they still giving you attention. Apathy they're not.
Let me
That's basically what it boils down to.
let me give you an example too, real life example. It's the same way in relationships.
Okay.
Like because I I had a girlfriend once who uh, I recognized this after we broke up. She said a bunch of shit like right
Okay.
as we were about to break up and everything to piss me off on purpose, and it worked, unfortunately. Because it
Oh,
was she was saying such
God.
ridiculous shit that
Oh,
wasn't true at all, right? And she knew it wasn't true, and that's what really pissed me off about it was because I was like, I knew she knew that the shit she was saying wasn't true, but she was saying it anyway, right? And that was just the fact that I knew that is what really pissed me off about it, and and so that happened, and then in retrospect, I was like, oh, she did that shit just to make me angry. That was the whole point. That was why she did that, so that she could feel like I still cared. What I needed to do was not react at all and just say hit the bricks. I don't care. Fine, whatever. You know, like that was the only way to win in that scenario. And unfortunately, I was fell for her trap at the time. but it's all water on the bridge, under the bridge now. It doesn't matter. It was a good learning experience. But
That,
that's a
that
real world
to be so
example, right,
pure.
of where hate is better than apathy, like you said.
Yeah, because you ignored her, gave her no attention. That's apathetic attitude, man. That's why I be telling people, ignore these motherfucking trolls, bro. Just ignore them. Don't
Yeah,
say shit to them because
sure.
that's gonna hurt them.
Oh, they're gonna
It's
get
like,
bored.
damn, some people are just so fucking dumb.
They'll
Yeah, they're
get
gonna get
bored.
bored. I
They'll
mean, yeah,
go
they may
on. They'll
come
go
back.
on
They may
somewhere
come
else.
back in the future.
Yeah, but you just don't care, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're giving you free traffic. If it's on YouTube or if it's on your Twitter or something else, like
Yeah.
I mean, they're giving you attention, and ultimately that's just going to help your algorithm, your influence or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if you say
Yeah.
anything to them,
There's
just
one
say
troll.
thank you, like, right? Like, just that's all you should say is like thank you for commenting. I appreciate it because you're just helping me with the algorithm.
Yeah,
You're
thank you
helping
for
my
coming.
numbers.
Yeah, it was this one dude that I met some years back. He became a fucking troll, man. I mean, this motherfucker went on my ass for like 3 fucking years, bro,
Really?
off and on. I mean, this piece of shit. This piece of shit would come into my stream, pretend to be a completely different person.
Wow.
I mean, completely different, and then he'll later reveal that it was this. That's the troll. I guess once he gets tired of the facade.
Well, I got a
But he was
question,
one
Trome.
person that I actually believe was a different person.
I got a
Yeah.
question though about that. Have you ever been in a relationship stronger than that? Because that's dedication. What you're talking about.
Dude, he dedicated to trolling me. That's what he dedicated. I mean, he's fucking. I mean, to make a long story short, man, he is really fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
Sick, mentally sick individual, man. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
Like,
you'd have to be,
wow.
right, to put that much
And I know other
energy
people.
into
I know other
trolling.
people. Yeah, yeah,
It's a lot of work.
and pretend to be somebody that you're not, just to talk with that person again.
Oh yeah. I mean that's
It's
a
like,
level
what the
of like
fuck?
kind of
And
psychotic, I
doing it
think.
multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is psychotic.
I mean something's not right
Yeah, man.
for you to be that obsessed.
Some, yeah.
Wow. So yeah, I agree with you, man. I think apathy is worse than hate in a lot of cases.
Yep, it sure is. So that's why, children, you ignore the bad people that's trying to make you mad.
That's right. It's good advice.
It's 10 times easier if you're behind a computer. I mean, it's 10 times easier if you're behind a computer. Even if
Oh
you do get
yeah.
upset over something you read, do they have to know about it? They
Right.
can't see you.
Oh, it used to be so much worse when
That's the
everything was in
benefit of being
person when we
behind
were
the device.
kids. Like if somebody hated you, you found out about it to
Yeah,
your face.
yeah,
Like you had to deal with it right there.
yeah.
You know,
To your face.
if it's on the computer, shit, man, I got what hundreds of video games. I got hundreds of movies. I got porn. I got anime. I got hentai. Like there's all kinds of shit I can do to make myself feel better. I don't have to think about some fucking troll unless I want to.
Shit. Hey, you right, man. He's definitely giving me attention. He's helping me out. You know what I'm saying? He got nothing better to do with his life
Right?
but to troll people.
I feel bad for those people, really, more so than anything. It's like they obviously, like you said, they got something mental going on. They don't value their time. It's really sad. That part of it is I legitimately feel bad for those people because obviously something is really wrong in their lives that they're not dealing with in a very healthy way. So that's the unfortunate part of it. But yeah, as far as what I would do or respond to is like I just appreciate the extra views.
Yeah, that's what they doing. They helping you out because Jesus himself said no, they're not against us. They're for us. These
Mm.
false religious leaders. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
But I ain't
interesting.
gonna because when I first read, I didn't understand what he meant. Now I do because
Mm-hmm.
what we're talking about, what he's saying makes sense because the trolls, like you were saying, they're actually for us. They actually help you out with the algorithm and shit with the shit they be saying.
Right.
So that's
Ultimately,
right. They're for us.
it ultimately helps you, particularly if you don't engage or let it affect you emotionally or distract you from whatever you're producing. Yeah, it's just more views, it's just more attention, it's free
Right.
advertising, particularly if they really hate you and they share your content with everybody. That just gets you more views and exposure. Even if their friends come on and start attacking your
That's
content
what
too,
this
it's like great,
fucker
it's
did.
more comments, it's even more exposure and everything
I don't
else. So there's no reason to hate it.
know
And
if this
eventually, if you get
video.
like a crew of people or you get a bunch of friends on
I
there,
just,
or just people following you, you'll have that like your content. You'll have other people on there defending you. You won't even have to do anything. You won't have to say anything. Other people will say anything you would say just because they feel the same way about it.
yeah, it's like he did it once on one of my live streams. I did like a 3 hour live stream one time, and he clipped at least 50 minutes. I don't know why he
Oh,
did it.
wow.
Kind of fucking creepy,
Yeah.
but he did it. He clipped like 50 minutes of it and uploaded to his channel. And
Damn.
somehow I ended up getting it. I thought I blocked his ass, but I ended up getting it. But I ended
Mm-hmm.
up getting. That's how I found out about it. I said, "What the fuck?"
Wow.
And I had did the live stream the day before, so I woke up the next morning and I looked at my phone. I went to my emails and I saw that he uploaded. So I was like, "Well, I thought I blocked this fucker." I said, "What's this video here?" Wait, that's me. So I clicked on it and I watched about maybe 5 minutes of it, and it's like him. It's like he recorded this shit from like it's like it was me with my live stream, but he recorded it, and you can
Mm-hmm.
hear him in the background like breathing sometimes.
That
Creepy shit.
is pretty
And I'm
creepy.
thinking, I'm waiting for him to say something, some shit about me. And I was like, what the fuck? I wasn't gonna watch the whole thing. Maybe he did say something. I don't know. But like you said, they be sharing your content. I was like, yeah, fucking sick, man. I'm telling you.
Well, this is why I was saying though, like, have you ever been in a better relationship? Because like that sounds like a lot of dedication. You know,
No, I don't think so.
you had a
This is this
stalker,
is
Chrome. Like,
this
that's
is
what you had.
insanely obsession. You know.
This is why I've always thought it was
I mean, that
so like
fucker probably watches these shows too.
people get so creeped out when they have a stalker, and I'm just like, do you realize how dedicated that person is to you? Like, you fucking overprivileged
Yeah,
piece of
that's
shit. Like,
dedication.
that person would do anything for you. They're stalking you all over the place. And you don't even like them. I always think it's so rude, It's like, God, these people really love you. Like, they're putting in all this effort to follow you everywhere. It's not easy.
Yeah, yeah, hate watching you and shit. You know what I'm saying?
All
It's
right.
like, what the fuck? He does all that shit, man.
Really?
Sometimes I believe that when I'm live streaming, I do sometimes. Sometimes I believe like he's in there live, and he'll come on
Mm.
their account that's already blocked, so he won't say nothing. Because you
Mm-hmm.
can still go to the person's stream if they block you. You just can't, chat.
Sure.
So I do believe that sometimes when I'm live, he's in there watching me live.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Creepy
Wow.
shit. I believe sometimes he be in there. Yeah.
That just makes me think of that old song. I always feel like somebody's watching me.
I know it feels like somebody's
Somebody's
watching
watching
me.
me.
Oh, yeah, that song.
Yeah.
That's funny you said that. You mentioned that song.
And I have no privacy. Of course, if you're on
Oh.
YouTube, if you're on YouTube, yeah, that's sort of the implication. You're not going to have much privacy for whatever you're saying.
I know what comes with it, man. I'm aware. It's not gonna be like,
Hmm.
oh my god, people actually hate me.
I kind of feel like people would hate me anyway if they knew me.
I told my
So,
sister this was
what difference does it make?
yeah, they're gonna hate me anyway. She fucking hates me, and so does he.
I remember that.
Oh,
Wow.
it's on. She fucking hates me. La 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 la. She fucking hates me. This song was funny to me. That song was funny to me, man.
Right? Back when people made music.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your next pick? Or not? I think I'm on my other show. What's your next topic here?
Next topic.
Yeah.
This is top five, man.
Chrome's top five rants of the week.
Top five, like top 10 rather.
Yeah, top 10.
This the last. This the last one. This here is the last one
Okay.
on the list here.
What do you got?
I heard this one morning on the radio as I was getting up, which fucking boggled my fucking mind, man. And this shit made me glad I was fucking single, to be honest. So here it goes. It says 70% of women have a backup boyfriend, even those who are happily married.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
70% is pretty fucking high.
I gotta tell you, man. I think
If you,
seventy
that's
percent, 70%. That's a. I don't know. I think that's a very optimistic number,
a
personally.
back a back a backup boyfriend. It's
Yeah.
like I'm thinking like if you were like in a relationship that may crumble, you might have one.
Mm-hmm.
But why the fuck would you have one if you're supposed to be happily and you're supposed to be happily married or in a relationship that you're happy about? Why would you have one then?
Because the grass is always greener, right?
It would make sense like if it was other way.
And hypergamy, right? It's just
It's
the
like, do they
nature.
plan on leaving? It's like, do they? I was like, what the fuck, man?
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
was
this
like,
is the
women are
thing.
oh, people are
Like,
fucked up. People are fucked up at them.
it doesn't take a lot of effort. That's the thing, right? Like, all she has to do is be a woman in America, and she's gonna have a million simps after her, right? So, all she has to do is exist, and she could just have basically a roster of guys, like, that are like there. Not all women want that, or have that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they could if they wanted to, right? It's like the perfect example, right? Girl goes to the club, she can leave and have sex that night if she wants to. Some guy will be willing to have sex
Oh,
with her,
big time.
right? Like probably a lot
Yeah.
of guys in most cases, but at least some guy will be willing to do it. If a guy that goes to the club, he has no such guarantee, right? He has to have game, he has to talk to women, he has to buy drinks or whatever, or not buy drinks. He's got to read the room, do all the right things, right? There's no guarantees that the guy's getting laid, is what I'm saying, if he goes out, right? This is why a lot of guys don't like to go out because, for us it's just a big waste of money, or we look at it as kind of a waste of money and time. But a woman can go out with her girlfriends and absolutely get laid if she wants to, 100%. So it's yeah, it's not surprising to me. I would actually think the number would be higher than 70%. I'd think it'd be much closer to 100% overall, just because it's easy. There's always the guy from college. There's always the best friend. There's always Ted down the street who just got divorced or whatever. shit like that, or just the kid down the street who's 20 home for the summer vacation from college, that sort of shit, who would absolutely bang her if she wanted to, you know, that kind of thing. And women aren't dumb, they know that. So yeah, it's not surprising to me they have backups.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I would basically assume it at all
Wow.
times. Personally, I always have, really. Not so much consciously, but I think I always did to some extent. I was always aware that was true. But I just hope that the women that I associated with had more integrity and decency. But, who knows? Right? You never know.
Mm. I wonder how many men have a backup girlfriend.
Hmm.
Probably be lower than 70%, huh?
Yeah. I think most men can't do it. I will say that I've noticed when I'm in relationships, I tend to get much more attention from women in general, and I'm pretty sure that's just the effect of the screening effect, is what I call it. Basically, one woman of whatever social standing she's at that you're with, if she's with you, the other women realize, okay, this guy is like not a psycho who will murder me. He's like good enough for this girl. So based on where I rank myself relative to her, he may or may not be good enough for me, or I may just want to play with him because I can, that sort of thing. I know that goes on as well, and is also pretty fucked up, but
Mm.
it definitely does happen. The fun things you learn about sociology after you've lived a few decades, right, Chrome?
Yeah.
All the fun stuff. Isn't it fun?
Yeah, man, it is pretty amazing.
So you were surprised by this, though, the 70% thing. What did you think it was going to be?
I almost think it's going to be lower than that.
Yeah? Like, that,
But it makes sense why you would believe otherwise because you explained it pretty well.
yeah.
It makes sense.
Well, again, it's not going to be all women, but the issue is ease, right? That's the problem. It's like, if they want it,
Yeah.
they can have it. Like, so all they got to do is
Oh,
want
I
it,
know that.
and they're going to have it. So that's it, you know. Um, Shit, my last girlfriend was like that. She tried to con me. She tried to say like, "Oh yeah, I've been talking to this other guy. I've known him for a while. Like he'd totally hook up with me if I wanted to, go back and visit him or whatever." And I was like, "There's the door. Like, be my guest. It's not locked."
What I would tell her. What
Like,
the fuck you here then? What
yeah,
the
the
fuck?
door's not locked.
Mhm.
If you want to do that, go right ahead. I'm not gonna stop you. She put her head down and was like, "I'll be good."
My girlfriend is my motherfucking.
It was so
My
funny.
girlfriend now is my motherfucking right hand. So I'm happy.
Oh, there you go. That's a reliable one in general.
Jack
um,
safe. The best safe thing for jacking off, man. You know, so you got no over STDs.
yeah.
Your hand don't have to be too attached after you're done. You're
Don't have to
done. You're
buy.
done. And handed this job.
You don't have to buy condoms. That's pretty great. Uh,
Mhm.
you
You got
know,
about no. You don't have to fucking spend money on your hand.
there's a lot of benefits. You don't have to leave your
All this money.
house.
No. All you
Pamela
need is some
Pamela
trusty device that
Henderson
allow you to.
Pamela Henderson and Angelina
Anderson is the
Jolie.
best.
Angelina Jolie are hard to
Angelina,
beat.
they're the best. They are. They are.
Oh, yeah. I feel funny saying this on YouTube, but whatever. It is what it is.
I'm amazed how fast these shows upload on YouTube, man. The one over 5 hours is like it uploaded faster than the one that was for over 4 hours,
Dude, I
which is amazing to me.
compressed that shit. So yeah, the compression definitely helped the last video. This one should upload much faster just because we didn't have any video clips with this one, just our thumbnail. But thanks to everybody for listening. I think
Yeah.
that's all I had. Chrome, did you have anything else?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all the topics I have for this week. Lee Rant.
Great.
There will be
Everybody
more next week. Next time.
comment below if you loved or hated or both everything we said, whatever it was, and we'd love to talk to you more about all these
Yeah, please.
topics. You know we have very strong opinions that we share, and that that's the hope in part to hopefully promote conversation. And we'd love to talk to you all about it while we are working on the new episodes. So have a great week, everybody. Chrome, thank you so much for all of the topics. I think they were great tonight. They were very interesting, and we had a lot to talk about. So thank you as
Yeah.
always, man. I love doing this show with you. It's been a blast, and I look forward to it every week because we're this is therapy, man. It really is. Just being able to blow off steam about whatever bullshit's going on in the world.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Thankful to everybody that watches the whole thing and or take you for 4 sittings or whatever. Thank you all so much.
Yep,
I
you're
really
the real
appreciate it.
ones. You're all the
I
real
mean,
ones.
we would, yeah.